And we will see you right back here tomorrow at noon. Now here comes the Blitz on KTFM Floresville.
San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, that guy that once wore a Spurs jersey will not play in the upcoming Paris Olympics for Team USA. Kawhi Leonard has been replaced by another former Spur guard, Derrick White. Spurs rookies led the way to the team's only win in the California Classic Summer League. They beat the Chinese national team last night. Stephon Castle scored 18. Harrison Ingram chipped in 16. Spurs Summer Leaguers, they head to Vegas for that portion of the Summer League on Friday.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day!
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 Everybody
Here we go.
Happy Hump Day, everybody. Happy to have you along on a Wednesday, a Hump Day Wednesday.
I'm glad today's Wednesday. I wasn't really sure what day it was.
Why's that?
I don't know, because I did the morning show the other day. My week's been screwed up the entire week.
I feel like it should be Thursday already.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sure. It's Wednesday?
It is.
It's Wednesday.
It's Hump Day.
What day is it?
Hump Day. Here we go.
There we go. You doing all right?
I'm doing great.
I got a bone to pick with you right out of the gate.
Oh, no. What happened?
Dude, I heard you recording earlier.
Uh-huh.
You know, here, Joe Reinagel, he records the sports casts for KTSA radio. And let me see here. Did you print out your script?
No, I didn't print it out. It's on my computer.
Look at you.
You want me to read it to you? Or
yeah, read what you
Sure.
read on KTSA and what I said after. Well, what I said afterwards, you didn't read.
Former Spur Kawhi Leonard.
You can't say that. F that guy.
It's just a fact. Unfortunately.
It is.
The guy that left a hand grenade in the Spurs locker room before he left, Kawhi Leonard.
Let me edit that for you. So you could have rewritten that to say, no surprise, NBA thief Kawhi Leonard has dropped out of Team USA.
Yeah, that's a good
right. You could have said, no surprise, Los Angeles Clippers forward Kawhi Leonard has dropped out of Team USA. I mean, there's so many ways. Just attaching the silver and black to that just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Now, to number two's defense, he was a Finals MVP.
Okay.
He helped with that 2014 thing.
He did. Cost us in 2013.
Well,
go ahead.
Sure, he did. And then probably cost us after that.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. But if it wasn't for him and his actions, we wouldn't have Wemby or Chris Paul today.
As that old saying goes, other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play?
Somewhere Abe Lincoln's looking to say, let's go to another theater. I got nothing else to do.
Oh, my goodness.
This is brutal. You're right. I just, there's just certain things you hear it the way it's worded. You're right. Factually, you are correct. Just don't say it that way.
Well,
I just don't say it that way.
I'll try to say it. If I could say it like I wanted to, I'd get fired.
Well, this is true.
But
there's so many ways, especially when you have Derrick White, so you're saying former Spur and former Spur, that seems so redundant. Clippers forward, NBA thief, lots of things you could do. And then former Spur Derrick White, NBA champion now, he's replaced him. So many ways you could get more creative in that writing.
Well, I could get creative, but then that would require a little extra work.
I realize that's a skill you're lacking, but that's what I'm here for.
I'm happy for Derrick White, though.
Me too.
Good for him. It's been a good year for Derrick White.
Well, I'm curious, though, because a guy that played on the last Olympics, gold medalist, current number 3 for the San Antonio Spurs, did Keldon not get a chance to run it back?
Apparently not. Keldon's kind of fallen off a little bit since then. He came in with a lot of hype. A lot of hype.
A
then
little. A little.
Yeah.
And I say the current number 3 because we still don't know what number Chris Paul is going to wear as a Spur. Yesterday he met with the media. Nobody asked him, which I find mind-boggling that nobody asked him what's his jersey number going to be.
I still can't believe that either.
And then the Spurs today tweet out this great graphic, because Chris Paul did a photo shoot, put on a jersey. And the picture the Spurs released today on Twitter. And this is clever. This is very well done. This is very calculated. This is, it's Chris Paul. And he's got his Spurs jersey on, and he's holding a basketball over where the jersey would be. Now, you could be calculated and say each hand is showing 3 fingers instead of 4. 11-time All-NBA, 12-time All-Star. They give you all the stats. Number 3 in all-time assists. That's the only 3 that's on there. What number is he going to wear?
Well, let's just assume that he's going to wear number 3 if that's the number he wants to wear, because that just should be the right way to do it. And you have respect for your elders, Keldon Johnson, and future Hall of Famers, and you let him have the number 3.
Well, and again, that's possible. Now, at Matthew Son 28 responded to my tweet in which I tweeted out, what number will he wear? That's a pretty good idea. 0.
0
for all of his championship rings.
Well, there you go. And
0.
Wow.
For the amount of time he'll actually spend in San Antonio. It won't be a full calendar year. There's a lot of things you could do with the 0. I don't know. And then I see, because a lot of people like me, like us doing it live yesterday, somebody tweeted out, I watched the press conference, didn't hear anything. How did nobody ask him about what number he's going to wear? Matthew Tynan tweeted out, I leaned over to @Tom Orsborn after Paul's availability and muttered something along the lines of, bleep, I meant to ask about the jersey number.
What was more important than the jersey number? I mean, that kind of like you buried the lead.
Well, see, and here's where I disagree with Matt Tynan. Got to understand there's a finite amount of time for everyone's question, so it kind of took a back seat. We'll find out soon enough. And the questions that were asked were all fine. I'm not mad at any of the questions that were asked, but I don't know that, hey, what jersey number are you going to wear is a backseat kind of question. When a guy comes in, there's already a 3 established. He's always worn number 3. Hell, it's in his name, his nickname, CP3.
Exactly.
And of all the things that you see as a reporter, we didn't see yesterday, and a player gets introduced, and there's always the jersey presentation photo op.
Always.
That's like standard operating procedure. So the fact that they didn't do that should have made that more of a priority question just to hear Chris say, we're working on that. I've got to talk to Keldon and figure out what the price is.
And that would have been just fine.
It would have been.
Or he would have said, Keldon knows that I'm a future Hall of Famer and I get number 3. Just that simple, whatever he wanted to say. But there's an easy way to do it. Hey, CP3, you've always worn number 3. There's a guy that has number 3 on this team. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
I mean, and look, I have not heard from any of my reporter friends that they didn't say, hey, man, we haven't figured this out. Don't waste your time asking that question because there's only a limited amount of time.
Well, that's possible.
But I will know that Harrison Barnes, his Spurs jersey picture, it's clearly he's wearing number 40. So apparently the guy that passes out numbers was in the office yesterday.
I just want to
Barnes has a jersey.
I'm going to text my buddy Vinny Vincetta, see if he was there yesterday.
He was.
He was? You saw Vinny there?
I saw him.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to roast that dude.
I saw Don Harris there.
Don Harris?
Don Harris is the uniform czar, according to Don Harris. So that would have been a perfect Don Harris question.
Yes.
And he didn't ask.
Wow. Now, I didn't hear who asked what questions, but I wonder if Don asked a question. What was it? What was more important than what jersey number Chris Paul is going to wear this year?
Are you going to come in and babysit? Are you here to teach the young kids?
Now, those questions are all appropriate.
Yeah, they were all appropriate, but I don't think and as reporters, we try to get answers to the questions most people have. Now, I've been in situations, you've been in situations where somebody's not going to want to answer this, but you still ask it just to get told no, and they're moving on. Like CeeDee Lamb at his camp doesn't want to answer questions about his contract. All right, that's fine, but we're going to ask just so you can tell us no, and then we're going to move on.
You have to.
If you don't ask, are you doing your job?
No.
Now, I've never been in a situation where I was said, here's the list of questions you can ask. I don't know what and if that's all I get asked. I mean, sometimes you do interviews with somebody like, here's some talking points, but I'm going to ask what I want to ask.
Well,
as a reporter.
Well, it depends on the question. Because I've been told, in fact, we got told one time at Cowboys camp not to talk about, and I think it was Mike Ducey that said, well, screw it. I'm not going to interview him then if I can't ask that question.
Oh, with Jerry? Yeah, I remember that. And a lot of people were like,
well, yeah. And then it's the big shot from WFAA.
Dale Hansen?
Dale Hansen. He asked it anyway.
Well, he did.
And Jerry answered it.
Well, and I remember one time with a Jerry Jones situation, and it was a lawsuit deal. And it was like, he can't answer these questions. So don't waste your time. So, Jerry, I know you can't answer these questions apparently, but why can't you answer these questions? You ask it in a way just to try to see if he'll answer it.
Well, Jason, I can't answer it because it might incriminate me.
Well, there's that.
Move on.
There is that. Is Matt Tynan listening to this show? Because Matt Tynan just took that photo of Chris Paul that the Spurs lashed out and said, plot twist, Chris Paul will be the first player ever to not have a number on his jersey.
Well, it says bringing his stacked resume to 210. Maybe he could be 210. CP 210.
It's sure.
Why not?
It's possible.
Has anybody ever had a triple digit?
No.
210. Chris Paul.
I mean, not even the Coyote has a triple digit.
No, but he's got a password. A 0 and an exclamation point.
It's not enough letters, sir.
Well, it could be.
It's not. Now, I had one the other day. They wanted 12 letters. I'm like, what? 12 characters? Good Lord, why are you doing this to me? I'm never going to remember it.
Well, you don't have to anymore. I mean, that's the beauty of phone.
All right, so here's what I'm running into. You're right. You change the password on the phone, and if you use their suggested password, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I've done this with the Hulu app, and then when you put it on your TV and it wants the password on the TV, you're like, well, I don't know. I have no idea. And the whole scan the code and it wouldn't work, so I had to reset it. And it was 12 characters.
12.
And I'm like, why? Why? Because and by the way, anybody started season 3 of Bear? Is it lacking?
Bear?
Yeah. Have you not watched Bear before?
No, I haven't watched Bear.
Bear was fantastic the first two seasons. Season 3, which is out now, and it's been out for a little while, but I'm just now getting to it. It kind of sucks.
Yeah?
I'm not into it.
Well, then I don't want to watch it.
Well, I'm just curious, is it me or have they lost their creativity and edge? I don't know. But if you're watching Bear, let me know.
Yeah.
If you're not watching Bear, first 2 seasons were great. This season, kind of, yeah.
See, all right, on our YouTube channel, Jay Gons, I'm assuming that's short for Gonzalez. I don't know that, but it says 2 + 1 + 0 = 3. See, great minds think alike. I'm saying Chris Paul should go 210. Jay Gons says that's genius, Joe, because it equals up to 3.
It's there. It's there. I mean, it's my birthday. February 10th, the area code.
Yeah.
We could do that.
I think it's good. CP 210 = 3.
I mean, he's going to change his Twitter like Joe Reinagle 2-0. Chris
Paul
2-0.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that.
Why wouldn't he coming into San Antonio?
He'll be 33 or 13 or
he'll be number 3
well, and again,
if that's what he wants.
Well, the question is on the numbers. Like that Wynn, who used to work here, because of religious reasons with there needed to be a 9 in his business in one way or another. Why he worked in high school, why he worked in college. And when he first got to the Dallas Cowboys, And as a linebacker, there was only certain numbers he could choose from.
Uh-huh.
He was originally given 99, and he said, I'm too small to wear this jersey. So he said, I can't do 99. And 59 wasn't available. So he was 45. So 4 plus 5 equals 9.
Yeah.
As long as the 9 was in the equation. And then when 59 became available, that's what he switched to. And there are some pieces of memorabilia out there with that win in a Cowboys 45, which is very valuable.
I would think so.
Or more valuable than a 59.
I remember 45 now that you say that.
Well, that's because this picture of 45 is in the office.
Well, I don't remember it from that,
Well,
but I remember him playing football.
You potentially could see it every day.
I used to watch him on Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
When he played football.
Yeah, he's flipping chickens
for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Flipping chickens.
2-1-0. His words, not mine.
Well, he is.
Anytime I talk to him, how you doing, man? Just flipping chickens. Life is good.
It is.
Life is good. We'll have to figure out the number for one Mr. Paul sooner rather than later. I guess we'll find out.
Well, it may be October before we know. Training camp.
Now, Josh Jimenez on YouTube. I don't know what the NBA rules are on something like this, because we do have a 3 in Keldon Johnson currently. Can he follow in the footsteps of the code and go 3 exclamation point? That would be a separate number than 3.
It would be, but
would the NBA allow that?
No.
Why?
Because
it's a character.
It's a character, and it's on a character.
I'm just saying. I don't know that anybody's asked for it before.
Well, they seriously? CP3 exclamation point. CP3!
Yes. I mean, Bill Schoening would have to have a lot of fun with that.
Exactly.
And now when you're starting lineup, wearing number 3 and an exclamation point, Chris Paul.
No, wearing number 3. And then when Keldon, it's like wearing number 3.
Yeah. We got 3. Here comes number 3, Keldon Johnson.
No. Chris Paul, if he wants number 3, he gets number 3.
Has a lot of bad ideas. I mean, we see his comments every day. He's not the brightest, guy out there. So the idea that he has an idea that almost kind of makes the light flicker, you gotta entertain
give him
it.
Some, yeah.
You gotta entertain it a little
pat him
bit.
on the back a little.
I mean, every now and then.
Okay, I got
every now and then.
Yeah. Well, the only thing wrong with him, he's a Texans fan.
Well, that's not the only thing wrong.
Well,
with
that's
him.
one of the things.
If you've ever talked to the guy, you realize, I mean, if he were a knife, he could barely cut melted butter. So, I mean, you got to go with that.
Ouch. Ouch. Wow.
Sharpest tool in the shed, he wouldn't make the shed.
Boom.
I don't know what that was.
An explosion?
Oh, okay.
I think.
You just blew up Josh.
Yeah. I mean,
he's a Texans fan.
He is president of the James Pledger fan club.
He's a Texan fan. What do you expect?
When they have the James Pledger fan club meeting, they sit at a bar with one stool. It works.
Nice.
I kid.
Yeah.
There are some real Spurs stories to get into besides Jersey Gate for Chris Paul. We'll get into it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house. They do fantastic work and have for over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. They always have the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Looking for a way to elevate your engine's performance? Start with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. It provides faster oil flow for hot and cold temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions. Regular use can help your engine run cleaner and longer by defending against sludge and buildup, improving overall engine performance and fuel efficiency while increasing the time between oil changes. Make the switch without slowing down. Speed your ride Napa full synthetic engine oil. Available now at Napa locations nationwide.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you.
Paid for by NHTSA.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
I juggle a lot. And managing constipation with belly pain from my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, with laxatives and fiber isn't enough. My doctor recommended a way to get ahead of it. Then I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 22nd and 23rd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas. More details and discounted rooms available online at sasportstar.com.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Hi, everyone. Broadcaster and ER physician Dr. Jerry Punch here. We all know about the speed of sound, but have you ever thought about the sounds of speeding? If you drive over the speed limit, there are lots of sounds that you might hear. You could hear the sound of your vehicle crashing, the sound of first responders desperately trying to save you. You could even hear the sound of people crying at a funeral. Because if you drive over the speed limit, you could do damage that's beyond repair. One way or another, speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Have you ever lifted a piece of furniture only to discover the carpet underneath looks brand new while the rest of it looks, well, not brand new? That's when you realize you need new carpet. At the Home Depot, we have a wide selection of all the top brands. Best of all, installation is included. So all you need to do is choose something that matches your style. Start your carpet project today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Installation included with qualifying purchases. Exclusions apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
This is a consumer alert to all U.S. taxpayers who owe the IRS back taxes or have unfiled tax returns. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, you can now take advantage of active programs that provide relief to struggling taxpayers and may reduce or eliminate what you owe if you qualify. Even if you are facing liens, levies, audits, wage garnishment, or already in a payment plan, call the Easy Tax Relief Helpline now to check what savings you may qualify for at 800-505-4169. You may qualify to reduce up to 99% of what you owe or for other special programs. Once qualified and enrolled, you can rest assured that your assets are protected and all collection efforts will be stopped. Billions of dollars in savings are available through these relief programs for struggling taxpayers, but you must call to see if you qualify. To see what savings you qualify for, call 800-505-4169. 800-505-4169. That's 800-505-4169.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. Watching on YouTube, you can always comment there. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. There is a request on the YouTube channel, Joe, for you to do the Kawhi laugh.
I have to. The thing has to hit me.
It has to hit you.
It has to hit me, and then maybe we could hear a Kawhi laugh, and then that would help.
Yeah, not really.
It would.
Would it? You know, if you want to see a really good version of that, yeah, go to the SA Sports Star Instagram page. Now it's just ridiculous.
Hump day.
It is ridiculous.
Uh-huh. You know what else is ridiculous? Think about this. The Spurs just sent out an email at 2:09 p.m. The Rock at La Cantera announces new Spurs fan shop presented by Victory Capital.
Uh-huh.
New retail space offering Spurs merchandise to open in fall of 2024. I guess I should have read this before I started because I thought they were announcing it's open. And you can't go in there and buy the new Spurs jersey because he doesn't have a number.
If they have it in the fan shop.
Although they do have leftover Brandon Paul jerseys on sale at full price. So maybe that's an indication.
There you go.
I kid. I have no idea if there's any available. Do they still have any Brandon Pauls available? Can you go on NBA.com and buy a Brandon Paul Spurs jersey? Or would it be marked sold out, out of order, out of print? What would the response be when you put that in there?
It's like, who's he?
Wow. All right. So Fanatics, is it available? All right. Fanatics has it.
Do they really? Look at that.
$56. With an offer code. Regular price $74.
Dude, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, who would know?
All right. I mean, if you are a gambling type, and not that Michael Rubin needs my help selling jerseys at Fanatics, but if you anticipate Chris Paul actually getting number 3, and you expect Chris Paul to be here for the whole year, and you want to just have a Chris Paul jersey, if you bought the Brandon Paul jersey right now on sale, nobody would know.
I guarantee you'd get a lot of comments at wherever you went.
Look at you, man. First in line to get the Chris Paul jersey. Because
I know it.
Chris Paul's jersey is going to be $75, while Brandon Paul's is $56, and they're the exact same shirt.
Well,
in fact, my guess is that as soon as Chris Paul's jersey is made available, that all the Brandon Paul stock just gets moved over to the Chris Paul shelf because they're the exact same jersey.
Absolutely. Yeah, poor Brandon Paul. He didn't get royalties for that, does he?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I mean, they don't get NIL deals, do they?
Well, I don't know.
So it is on sale right now if you want to be thrifty and willing to roll the dice and read whatever the return policy is at Fanatics.
If you're one of the 99% of the people that are just thrilled with this trade, you should go out and buy that. Or not trade, free agent signing.
Was that sarcasm coming from you, Joe? That's so unlike you.
I say because most Spurs fans are just so happy that Chris Paul is here.
And why do they have to have the girly voice when you say it that way?
Because they're just so happy.
What does that have to? I don't understand.
Well, I'm just saying they are.
Uh-huh.
So go get yourself, and everybody will say, look at that guy. He's on board. That Spurs front office. Woo-wee!
Yeah. Woo-wee. Uh-huh. We got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. I want the Chris Paul 210 jersey. I'd wear that.
Who's the guy that makes jerseys around here that listens to the show?
Oh, Bear County
Social Apparel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he'll make you a custom one.
Maybe
for a small fee.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't expect him to do it for free.
Are you sure?
No, unless he wanted to.
You wouldn't argue if he said, "No, don't worry about it." Right?
I mean, if it's like, hey, thanks, buddy.
Would you actually wear a jersey, or do you need a jersey T-shirt?
No, I got the guns to wear a jersey.
Dude, we saw your topless photos from Mexico. I'm going to suggest that you need to go with the T-shirt. Maybe even a long sleeve T-shirt. The one that I don't know how you spend that much time in the sun and you still look like Casper. It is amazing.
I've still got a tan going. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding?
Look at this. Are you kidding me? You want to take the shirt off now or what?
Yeah, do that. Yeah,
you want to do that now?
Pull your sleeve up. Pull your sleeve up.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Good Lord.
You're welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Gun Show.
And we're going to have to issue an apology later, like that restaurant down in Georgia about the butt funnel. I mean, we normally don't do that here on a family show.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We got another story today about a dude suing a stripper.
We'll get into that coming up just after 3 o'clock.
I'm just saying.
I mean, who would have thought strippers will do whatever they can to separate you from their money? Who would have thought the stripper doesn't actually love you? Who would have thought that the stripper actually has a dude at home? But some guy is suing a stripper because she did her job. We'll talk about it coming up at 3 o'clock.
I might have fallen for that once.
Or twice. Or 3 times.
Dude, they're very good at what they do. Let me just tell you that.
Yes. Yes. While we look at the Spurs and their 2 new additions, and Chris Paul,
yes,
and Harrison Barnes, who we know will wear number 40, Brandon Ingram apparently is still very much in play.
Yep.
Lauri Markkanen's in play, but he's on the back burner, and that burner might be off or low right now. It's still simmering over there in the corner. It's there, but it ain't coming soon. But Brandon Ingram might.
Could.
I mean,
could very well.
Vegas seems to think if he were to leave New Orleans, the Spurs are the landing spot.
They're the odds-on favorite if you were a betting kind of person, and you wanted to bet on that. Just age-wise, he's more in the line of what I'm talking about. I mean, it was the guy, 26 years old. That's more of kind of what I had in mind instead of guys that are 45.
Okay.
Or thereabouts.
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take. But, Ingram, I don't know. He just never.
To me, it's the fit.
Yeah, perhaps.
It's the fit. I don't see the fit. But Ingram makes a lot more sense if other people aren't here. You see what I mean?
Sure do. Yeah.
For example, if Chris Paul saves a whole bunch of money on number 3 because Keldon isn't here anymore and Brandon Ingram slides in, that makes sense.
That makes sense. And maybe that's why you got a ball covering the number.
Having Brandon Ingram here with a Keldon Johnson doesn't make sense. You see what I mean? Like right now, I don't see the fit with the current roster. So what are the domino effect moves? Although I don't know if it's really that much of an upgrade, maybe, but it almost feels like you're replacing one with the other.
Well, and again, at some point in time, he's going to be expensive, right? I mean, Ingram we're talking about. So we'll see if that comes to play or not. But I mean, one of these guys is, and if you're talking about, and again, we're just throwing stuff against the wall. But if you're talking about a Markkanen, I'd rather pay him that than an Ingram. I mean, that's just me at this point in time.
Sure.
Both about the same age.
But you do a really good job of spending other people's money.
Sure.
So, I mean, why not get them both?
We don't want them both.
Well, and here's the thing. If they did a deal for Brandon Ingram, it's still, although there would have to be some roster and cap gymnastics
absolutely, yes.
Doesn't keep you from still pursuing Markkanen.
Well, yeah.
That's another positive for a Brandon Ingram deal if it were to happen.
You can't do that.
Gymnastics
and blow all that draft capital that you're saving for the magical year of 2025?
You still have that.
You do?
You could still have that.
You could, but
yes.
New Orleans might want some of that.
I mean, yes.
Utah wants some of that.
They do, but they're not going to get it.
Well,
they're not going to get it.
They might.
It's the super magical 20, 30, 31 year we're targeting.
Those
seventh graders.
Man, those guys
sounds
are good.
creepy saying it that way.
They look good.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Don't say it out loud.
Wow.
Yep. All right. Speaking of big contracts, Dak Prescott's going to get one. More and more talk about Dak's deal as we get close to training camp. We'll do the same coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, one of the best things about Hump Day is the fact that you can head to the Big Blind and get into one of their best tournaments of the week. It is fantastic, and it is back all of July. The Wednesday 6K poker tournament kicks off at 6:15. You don't have to be there at 6:15, though. It goes all night. But the buy-in's only $60. $60, and you can re-enter for $60. And they've got free play back. Free time Wednesdays with tournament entry. So it's a great time to head out to the Big Blind, the premier poker room in San Antonio. Upscale all the way. This place is like walking into a casino in Vegas. It is fantastic. It is great. The food is fantastic. They've got a beautiful bar there, drinks and food right to your table if you want that. And they've got TVs all over the place. Look, it's from the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant. So you know that it is first class, not to mention the fact it is locally owned and operated, and that is so important, especially these days when most other poker rooms are not locally owned and operated. The Big Blind is. Head on down to the Big Blind. If you haven't been there, I'm going to ask you why not. If you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Get back down there. Get in the Wednesday 6K tournament. It is tonight. Kicks off at 6:15 at the Big Blind. You know where it is. It's right down from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, right there at 281 and Redland Road.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's Thursday/Small Friday on the Morning Huddle. All the eyes of the NBA are on Vegas. The rookies are there, and so are the vets. We'll look at every angle, and party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Hi, everyone. Broadcaster and ER physician Dr. Jerry Punch here. We all know about the speed of sound, but have you ever thought about the sounds of speeding? If you drive over the speed limit, there are lots of sounds that you might hear. You could hear the sound of your vehicle crashing, the sound of first responders desperately trying to save you. You could even hear the sound of people crying at a funeral. Because if you drive over the speed limit, you could do damage that's beyond repair. One way or another, speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Have you ever lifted a piece of furniture only to discover the carpet underneath looks brand new while the rest of it looks, well, not brand new? That's when you realize you need new carpet. At the Home Depot, we have a wide selection of all the top brands. Best of all, installation is included. So all you need to do is choose something that matches your style. Start your carpet project today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Installation included qualifying purchases. Exclusions apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-579-6610. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-579-6610 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Guess what, people?
Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Gotta be fresh. At participating U.S. Wendy's. My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This is the home of the Aggies, and this is Andrew Monaco. You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. What are you laughing at?
It's life.
Oh, life?
Just happy, Jason. That's all.
You?
Happy.
All right.
Very happy. Nobody has irritated me yet today.
Oh.
But the day's still early.
Yeah, we're 42 minutes in. And I know that's not true. Not that we'll get into specifics, but boy, you showed up grumpy today.
Well,
dealing with stuff.
yeah.
So don't tell me nobody's irritated you yet today.
Well, this is real
that's
life.
Different. Yeah,
this is like a fantasy world in here.
Yeah, the real life stuff.
Yeah, the real life stuff.
Yeah, that crap.
But it's all good.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what it is. All good. That's pretty funny. Well, one thing that I know will always irritate you. $60 million for Dak Prescott.
Yeah, that will do it.
The head will explode.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. We heard from Dak yesterday, and he sounded like at least talks were underway.
He sounded so different and a lot more positive than, say, he did at his gala event, right? So, and he did say conversations. That means more,
yes, he did.
That means
it's
not like
a back and forth.
Yes, they didn't call and we didn't hang up. It just felt like, I don't know, a comfortable time for Dak, who a lot of times any kind of contract question, and my agent handles that, it'll take care of itself. Move on. Yesterday, he was a little bit more talkative, seemed a little bit more upbeat. And I don't know. I mean, you read people, body language, all of that just felt a little different. I took that as maybe things are moving in a positive way in Dak Prescott's mind with the way he said it yesterday. Just listening to him, he just sounded different than even a couple of weeks ago at his gala.
Yeah, I mean, there's been conversations back and forth, but for the most part, for me, as y'all know, I've been letting my agent do that, especially as we get right here into training camp.
Yeah, so I mean, I need to hear the whole thing because I mean, but again, it's there. Now, Ian Rappaport on the NFL Network, you got to listen carefully to what Ian says here because he really doesn't say anything new.
No,
except for if you listen closely. The word shorter contract is mentioned.
Dak Prescott heading into the final year of his contract with the kind of leverage that we have rarely seen a quarterback have. The Cowboys cannot trade him. They cannot franchise him. If they don't do a deal with him, he is going to be a free agent.
Yep,
and then,
we all know.
Will he sign with the Cowboys after they let him be a free agent? I guess anything's possible, but certainly hard to imagine there. So it is on the Dallas Cowboys right now. If they are going to do this, if they're going to avoid Dak Prescott going into the final year of his deal, like Mike McCarthy is, it is time for them to start talking and try to get a new contract done. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe it was a little bit of a shorter deal. I know the fact that people have mentioned the number 60, as in 60 million
60,
per year.
and everything else he says is all stuff that we know. We know it's going to be around 60. We know but shorter deal. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a shorter deal. Now, I know Ian Rappaport well enough, but he's heard something along those lines to throw that out there. Now, we know that Dak Prescott and his agent would prefer a shorter deal. We know when you're talking about Jerry Jones, he likes longer deals, so you could take that cap money and spread it out over a long period of time. But would, at this point in Dak's career, at $60 million a year average, would Jerry do something different than what he normally does? Does he change his philosophy when you're talking about 60 a year versus, say, 30 a year? All right, you're still playing at a high level. You were second in MVP voting. I'll do the 60 a year for 2 years and maybe an option on the third year, but I can't do that for 5. Because normally Jerry would want 5 and Dak would want 4, blah, blah. I wonder, though, if both sides are in agreement. And you go back to something that Dak Prescott said before. With a record-breaking contract, set the market. And he said it doesn't have to be in certain areas. So total money, if it's a shorter deal, won't be record-breaking. But will he have a record-breaking annual average as APY? Is that what is going to be the difference maker, not total money?
So you could say, I don't know, maybe a guaranteed $200 million?
No. Well, if you're doing 3 years at 60, you're not getting to 200.
Well, you're close.
You're close, but math doesn't work. It's 60 times 3.
Right, which is 180, which you might as well make it 200 and make everybody happy.
But again, you look at the average per year right now, it's comps. You're sounding like the agent.
Does it have to be 60, though?
Well,
it doesn't have to be.
Well, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
We're looking at 55, right, is Joey Burrow.
Yes, Burrow is in. Trevor Lawrence are at 55.
So it could be 57.
It could be, but 60 is nice.
Well,
that's a good round number.
What are you Dak's agent?
I would like to be. I would like to be. I think all of us would like to be.
It's very simple, I think. I think Dak's going to get what Dak wants. Dak holds all the leverage because he could go into Jerry's office and say, screw it. I'm gonna test the market. I'm going to test the market. And if Jerry really wants to keep this guy, he's going to say, well, what's it going to take? And Dak, I want a 3-year contract, not a 5-year. I'd rather have 3.
And I wonder,
Jerry's going to have to play ball.
But I wonder if you're Jerry, do you say okay?
Yes.
I mean, honestly, that's. I know you, but put yourself in Jerry's shoes for a minute. You give him another 3 years, right? Now, depending on how this year goes, Mike McCarthy, will he be back? Will he not be back? But whatever coach comes in, you've got a quarterback. You signed Dak to a 3-year deal. Maybe it's 2 years after this. This year counts as this one, and then the new contract will kick in. Whatever, are you getting 3 more years out of Dak Prescott, regardless of who the head coach is? With that, you have time, your focus. We're going to find your replacement while you're here. And we've seen other teams do it, whether you're talking about Rodgers and Love or going back to Montana and Steve Young. I mean, just the idea of have a plan in place, which the Cowboys never seem to have had, certainly not since Jerry was the owner. They got lucky with Dak Prescott when Tony Romo got hurt, and then little Kellen Moore got hurt, and then you had Dak Prescott there. You look at all the quarterbacks between Aikman and Romo. I don't think Jerry wants to relive that. So a shorter contract would give them time to plan for the future. And they could decide, don't laugh, if Dak wins a Super Bowl or 2. All right, well, let's give him another contract. I said, don't laugh.
I couldn't help it.
All of us, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that gives you some flexibility to either win finally in the postseason.
Yeah.
If you want to use the John Elway example, late in his career, won some Super Bowls on his way out. You could do that, or they've got time to plan for his future. They don't have his replacement on the roster. It's not Trey Lance. So the idea of...
They want it to be.
I don't even know if that's true.
They do, because he's going to win the backup job.
Well, he
Cooper
is.
Rush is going to be the third quarterback.
Well, maybe. I doubt it.
Well, they're going to give him every opportunity to do that.
I don't know that Cooper... I don't know that Cooper Rush is too veteran to be eligible for practice squad, right?
Well, but you can have 3 quarterbacks now.
Well, no. You can have 2 quarterbacks, and then your practice squad quarterback's active on game day.
Right.
Well, but your practice squad quarterback can get snatched by anybody.
Sure.
Well, you're not going to put Trey Lance there because somebody could come snatch him for nothing.
They could,
which might be a blessing in disguise. But I don't see, when you look at roster construction, them keeping 3 quarterbacks, and I don't know that you could hide Trey Lance on the practice squad and Cooper Rush is ineligible. So I don't know. And you're right. I do think he'll be the backup quarterback this year.
Well, then Cooper Rush will be playing somewhere else.
He will.
Yeah,
he will. He'll get picked up and he will be gone. But for the future, Trey Lance really isn't it. Could he be a bridge? Maybe. But does Jerry want to go down that road? So I could see them hearing that from Rappaport. All right, I could see Jerry going with a shorter contract. Let Dak set the record for average per year, not most money, and then we'll see what happens. I could actually see a scenario like that playing out. And for all the people that are commenting that he doesn't do anything in the playoffs, just do me a favor and Google the top 10 paid quarterbacks in the National Football League and look at the playoff success of those guys, and you realize having playoff success means absolutely nothing when it comes to getting paid when you are a quarterback.
Yeah, but not all of those guys are going into their 9th year in the NFL. I mean, a lot of those guys still are young and have potential, and that's what they're being paid for.
But they're on their second contracts, and Kirk Cousins is a part of that list. What I'm saying, though, is playoff success doesn't equal massive contracts.
It doesn't. But here's and I'm putting myself in Jerry's shoes. So Jerry Jones has put together a team that I think we all agree is not as good as last year's team. So Jerry might be saying, and Dak might be saying, let's play it out. Because if the Cowboys say just hear me out, say go 9-7 this year, or 9-8, whatever it is, 17 games, and don't make the playoffs, and you pay Dak Prescott $60, you're going to be pretty pissed.
You are going to be pretty pissed, but if you're Jerry and that were to play out, you look in the mirror because you have already said that he's going to have to try to do more with less, because this roster that Jerry has put on the field this year, or about to put on the field, isn't nearly as talented as the last couple of years. You know, you've got issues at running back. You've got issues at wide, 2 rookie offensive linemen. So you're hoping to win, and you're hoping a lot of young players step up and play well, but you also know that your team on paper is not as good as what it was that got embarrassed by the Green Bay Packers.
If you're paying a quarterback $60 million a year, maybe you should expect a little more out of said quarterback, and maybe he should take on a bigger role.
Sure.
Maybe he should make some plays that can carry the team a little bit.
You're right.
If you're going to pay a guy $60 million a year.
I mean, I don't argue with you, but I mean, coming in that you have fielded a team by design that isn't as good as what you had a year ago.
No, it's not. Not even close.
And that's on the general manager.
Sure it is.
Now, a lot of that is trying to figure out how they're going to take care of all these contracts and paying the piper for some bad contracts that they're still dealing with. But, the last couple of years, Jerry's done a hell of a job building a team.
Last year included.
That didn't result in any playoff success. You make the decision. We've got our quarterback. Are we riding this train or not? And that's where they are right now.
And that's it. And I think, again, that comes back to both of them. Dak Prescott may be looking at this team going, hey, I'll finish it out, but let's see what else is out there. Well, I mean, because he's going to get paid either way.
He is. And so he's comfortable, but we do know that And he told the campers yesterday his dream was to always be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And he's done that.
And he still wants to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. It's what he told those kids yesterday at
or
camp.
the Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, I mean, at some point, yeah, you know, your favorite team is who's paying you.
That's exactly right.
And I think that's why Dak is so comfortable. He's got all the leverage in the world.
He
knows he's going to get about $60 million a year, whether it's from Jerry or Mark Davis or whoever owns the Saints or
it's exactly right.
Wherever it is. And if he hits free agency, it might be more than 60. It might be more than 60.
Well, God bless that team that did that. Why don't you send him to Denver? Let Sean Payton pay him $65 million.
Well, I mean,
they're made for each other. The quarterback whisperer.
Good Lord.
Is he
I love you, Dad.
Is he an old quarterback whisperer or just a young one?
Can you teach an old dog new tricks?
My goodness.
It is the absolute glory hole.
All I know is it's going to be a lot of fun.
Dak's got all the leverage. He can do whatever he wants.
With all those guys when we get to Oxnard.
Yep.
For AA Best Bail Bonds, Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage. We'll be out there, 20 days from now. We'll be sitting on that tennis court in Oxnard, about 70 degrees, maybe 68.
Beautiful.
No higher than 73.
Blue skies.
Man, that's a good place to sit.
Absolutely.
A bad place to sit is somewhere behind bars in jail. If you find yourself arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. And you know the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide, up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Save on O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner. Get 2 cans of O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner for just $8. Valid in-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is your vehicle stopping like it should? Does it squeal or grind when you brake? Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When you ask people here what's the one thing that makes Diamonds Direct their favorite jeweler, for some, it's the unbeatable pricing we get through our direct importer. No middleman connections. The foundation of our business since day one. For others, it's the uncompromising quality. From hand-selected diamonds to handcrafted designer rings. Only the best of the best. Some people put selection at the top of their list, as Diamonds Direct offers up to 30 times the options you expect from a typical jewelry retailer. For some, it's our luxurious showroom with diamond trained experts who genuinely care about your experience and happiness and who are empowered to do whatever it takes for you. Others rave about Diamonds Direct's unmatched warranties and guarantees that include free service for life and an extraordinary 110% diamond upgrade promise. But you know the most often answer we get when asking what makes Diamonds Direct stand out? It's not one thing, it's everything. Diamonds Direct. Value, luxury, choices, and confidence. Get directions, hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-579-6610. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-579-6610 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, a guy that used to live here and once wore a Spurs jersey, it had number 2 on it, has withdrawn from the upcoming Paris Olympics for Team USA, but he has been replaced by a nice guy, a former Spur, guard Derrick White. UTSA punter Lucas Dean has been named the American Athletic Conference Football Scholar Athlete of the Year. Dean was chosen as the League Scholar Athlete of the Year for the sport of football, one of 23 recipients.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day!
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 Yeah. Here we go! Happy Hump Day, everybody.
It is. For most people, anyway.
Guess what day it is?
Why wouldn't it be a happy hump day for everybody? Are you having a bad day, Jason?
No, I'm having a great day, to be honest with you. But
hump day.
It's not often in our Headline Blitz we get an update. And these people had a great night that has turned into a bad day.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions.
We told you about this bizarre story out of Georgia at a restaurant called Rodeo Mexican Restaurant. Maybe Rodeo Mexican
Probably
Restaurant.
Rodeo.
You think Rodeo?
Yeah, I'm thinking Rodeo.
Yeah. So there's apparently this new craze that I was unaware of. Ryan Nagel was unaware of, but James Pledger was keenly aware of.
He knew all about it.
Which is very alarming that there is a new craze about taking a funnel and having it inserted in your backside and pouring alcohol down there because you get drunk faster.
Apparently that's the case.
That's the case. So there was this lovely couple at a Mexican restaurant down in Georgia that decided margarita through the was the way to go in the middle of the restaurant. And there were people in the restaurant that were outraged. The restaurant was outraged. And who carries a funnel? But the restaurant sent out a release. Now we have a TMZ exclusive. The people involved with the situation, guy named Joe Boyette, who was inserting the funnel and pouring the margarita, and the recipient, Mary Sweat, they have been arrested.
Well, apparently the funnel, Joe couldn't get the funnel to work. So I'm guessing it wasn't very easy to insert said funnel into the lady's backside. And she actually got them arrested. She apparently was upset that this video had gone viral and went to the cops.
What?
That's what the story says.
So
the police took a look at the video and quickly arrested the couple.
Yeah. The charges are what you would think they would be. You can't do that in public for a variety of reasons. In the little town of Waycross, Georgia.
It's famous now.
Well, and the fact that her name is Mary Sweat.
They ought to have their own booth. I mean, they made this restaurant famous. I want to go there now just to see it. And I'm sure everybody in Waycross or wherever Waycross is near is going to come. It's going to be a tourist destination.
Really?
Now.
You think people are going to pay extra to sit at the butt funnel booth?
If it were me, I'd have a drink.
You would have
a
drink.
The funnel margarita.
Uh-huh.
And I'd charge about $50 for that thing.
Really?
And and if you want a picture, it's an extra $20.
Your creative marketing is there.
You got to give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
See, this Mary Sweat is worried about becoming that girl. She's famous for all the wrong reasons. Kind of like Haley. Although there's actual video of what she was doing. And she was very eager to receive that funnel in public.
She was.
Which maybe she didn't need to get the instant margarita blackout drunk that provides by going that direction.
Well, obviously the guy needed to go into the kitchen and get some grease because it wouldn't insert.
I mean, how do you bring your funnel and not all the supplies you need?
Well,
I don't know. I got questions, but they have been arrested. So we have an update to the story that we felt compelled to deliver.
Oh, wow. There's more to this story.
Oh, wait.
Police say another clip shows Sweat exposing her breasts and Boyette putting her left nipple in his mouth while she...
So they were having sex in
while
public.
She grabs his head and pulls him closer.
They were having sex in public with no olive oil.
Yeah. Yeah, they forgot the lubricant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, there you go. I know everybody was excited about that update.
Well, I mean, there's things you want to know. Things you want to know. Don't try that at home, kids. That's
TMZ. You got to love TMZ.
Nobody will ever say,
"Oh, that's a great idea, Jim."
Although somebody said that at one point.
Did.
Somebody thought that was a good idea. You know what we should try?
Honey, bend over. I got this funnel. Some dude named James Pledger in San Antonio told me it's great.
I think that's the headline that we're missing here. That James Pledger knew way too many details about this trend and about how it works.
Yes.
And what it is supposed to do.
Uh-huh.
I'm very alarmed that James Pledger was this aware of butt funneling and what it can do and why it is so popular amongst the kids.
Well, he gets you drunker, number one.
Well, yeah, he can get you blackout drunk in a hurry.
Number two, some people like that.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying too, and to do it in public, some people are thrill seekers.
I'm just saying.
Number two.
No pun intended.
Oh, it was definitely intended. Claim it, my friend.
Woo!
Now, the other idea, because James Pledger was so aware of this. Remember not long ago when we were playing out at the golf club of Texas and dude showed up still a little hungover?
Yes.
And he was having a hard time explaining how he had injuries to his face.
Was he walking funny?
He was a little loose that day. I'm just saying. I mean, I can speculate at this point. Maybe that's how his face was injured with how is she in your phone?
Angry girl?
Angry girl.
Or girl from Angry Elephant, whatever the case was, trying to figure out how James had what appeared to be carpet burns on his face. He said he fell and hit a step, which we know is BS. But now I think we have more of an idea of what could have been going on that would cause that.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that these two horrible criminals are off the streets.
Well, yeah. For now.
Just a misdemeanor. They got a ticket.
For now. Well, yeah. I mean.
They did get a mugshot, though, so you actually see what they look like.
Yeah.
The girl looked better bending over.
He also knows there's a ticklish little pitch coming up.
I'm just saying.
It's a mugshot. Very few people have attractive mugshots.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm not going to judge anybody on their mugshot. I mean, except for who was the guy at the golf tournament not long ago? He had a wonderful mugshot.
Oh, Scotty Scheffler. He did.
Yeah, his mugshot was spectacular. Outside of that, most people don't have good mugshots. There's a headline. Man sues a Las Vegas stripper for $38.5 million.
Yeah.
So there's a guy, he goes to Vegas. He's going through a divorce. Life isn't good. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to a strip club. I'm going to have a good time. Falls in love with the stripper, gives her all kinds of money, buys her trips, buys her stuff, thinks that she loves him, and finds out she's got another dude. Now he's suing her.
For a lot of money, $38.5 million.
Now,
this has been going on for 10 years, though.
Yeah.
She's been stringing this dude along.
Hats off to her. She's done her job right.
Wow.
Guys, you might actually, some of you, go home with the stripper. But she doesn't love you. She will tell you what she wants to separate you from your money. That is her job. You know, when they do ask for gifts, they ask for money, they do their job. And then they go home. Just like you do your job and you go home. She did her job well.
Very well.
Extremely well.
Yes.
And this guy is unaware of how the stripper world apparently works. And he's suing her. And there's a lawyer out there that will take his money and file the lawsuit.
I just want to be the judge that this comes to.
Would you want to be the judge or the jury?
Whatever, however it plays out. But I mean, how do you not laugh in this dude's face?
I mean,
get out of my courtroom right now.
I mean, it's like asking for a refund on the lap dance. You know, that dance wasn't good enough. I'm not going to pay.
Wasn't enough grinding.
Yeah. Whoa.
We get to suck on that all week.
Stop, Pledge. Yeah. Lawsuits there.
Yeah. That's one of those frivolous things, right? I mean, my gosh.
Do you think he hired the law hammer? Which tool took this case?
Well, the biggest. I don't know. Most lawyers will look at a thing, right, and say that. Look, I can't do anything with that. There's no way I can do anything with that. But there's those that will, I suppose.
Yeah.
Why not?
You never know. You settle out of court, try to get some of your money back.
I just want to know how he arrives at $38.5 million.
Mental anguish.
That's it.
It's hard to put a price on the mentals.
Wow.
Cash is one thing, mentals is another.
Unbelievable.
Public embarrassment.
Yes, that too.
Filing the lawsuit does that. That's one of those things you probably don't even tell your good friends.
Nobody would have known. Hey, dude, you got screwed by a stripper.
Literally.
Happens to everybody. Well, no, he probably didn't, and that's why he's suing. That's the problem.
I spent how much?
10 years I've been chasing this girl.
10 years you've been telling me you love me. I sent you to wherever you went, Mexico, Paris, whatever. I mean, say all these trips.
Yeah, I'd got a boob job and probably all of it.
I paid for all kinds of stuff. See, now wait a minute. Did he pay for a boob job?
I don't know. I'd have to read the story. That could be part of it, though, right?
Well, there ain't $38 million worth, but if he's thinking
depends on the boobs.
Well, see, now wait a minute. I've watched lawyery TV shows before. If he paid for those and she has gone on to make a lot of money because of those, is he entitled to any compensation?
No, he's an idiot. I
mean, just saying.
What? Was that part of the contract?
Well,
look, honey, I'm going to buy you new boobs, and we're going to make a lot of money on it. And we're going to split it.
Yeah, I need 8% of your income that you've made off of this.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
Yeah. Pledge, do we really want to take this call from Jonathan? I mean, it's your call. You are the producer. You put it up there. There's a guy on hold, Pledge tells me, is going to explain the benefit of drinking through the butt funnel.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm very afraid to take this call.
Well,
it's your call, Pledge. You're the producer. Pledge
says take it.
Yeah, Pledge says thumbs up. Is your thumb near the dump button?
Yes, please.
Now, when you were talking to this guy and screening the calls thoroughly, as you should do, has he actually tried this, or is this a theory of his? Do you think this is just a theory?
Well, it can't be a theory. I mean, if we're going to have somebody, I want somebody that's done it. I mean, you've got to explain the process.
I don't think the process needs to be explained. Well, I think we all get that, Joe.
The result of the process.
Even you should get the process at this point.
The result of the process.
Uh-huh. Against my better judgment. Hey, Jonathan, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, guys, don't be scared. It's okay. The biggest benefit is you won't get a brain freeze from the margarita. Something else might get kind of cold, but
all right. Hey, fair enough. True.
I'm thinking about the marketing for it now. Butt funnel. Avoid brain freeze.
Yes.
Brain freeze is such a problem.
Dude, I'm telling you, if this restaurant doesn't latch onto this and make some money, they're missing an opportunity.
Yeah, only at the rodeo.
Can you get a margarita funnel?
Hold on. What's the name of the town?
Wayfair.
Way to go. Something Georgia. What the hell is the name of? Where's that at? Damn it. Hang on. You got to know the name of the town. I can't find the name.
It's Way something.
Waynard.
I'm telling you, there's money to be made, because you know how many freaks would go there just to try that and pay whatever.
Well, down there in Georgia, there is a place where you can only get the guaranteed.
And I say freaks in a loving way, by the way, because I'm sure there are people out there listening that are going, "Oh, Joe, it's the greatest."
Mm-hmm.
We do it every Saturday.
I mean, bottoms up gets a whole new meaning here.
It does, right?
Avoid brain freeze.
I like it.
Butt funnel margarita. Only at the Rodeo Mexican restaurant in Waycross, Georgia.
Money to be made. I'm telling you.
And the fact that it's in Waycross.
Waycross, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know where that is?
No. I mean, we could all look it up on the map.
Well, we could.
Is it near Macon, Georgia?
They wouldn't be making bacon. They'd be making something else.
Well, when I was doing Iguanas hockey, we used to play the Macon Whoopie, which is a hockey team in Georgia. Only press box I've ever been that served Jack Daniels.
Oh, nice.
They were a sponsor, and it was there. So Waycross is nowhere near Macon, but it is very close to Florida. So this is damn close to being a Florida story. I mean, they're not far from Jacksonville.
Who knows? I don't know where those people were. They from Florida?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you live in Florida, you're going to drive up to the Mexican restaurant in Waycross.
Well, it's famous.
Well, it is now. I mean, it's near. Pledge, can you figure out where the state line is on the map? Because you can see that it's close. That's the state line. You sure?
Yeah, I don't think so. But I see Tallahassee and Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's close. Come on in. We're doing a radio show here. That's great.
Yeah.
Come on in. Yeah. So it's close to there. Thank you. It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's close to Florida. So this is almost a Florida story. I mean, this could be inbred Georgia Florida, which actually makes more sense. This story would make a lot more sense if it were coming out of, say, Tallahassee.
Well, yeah, it would be. Well,
it's about an hour from Jacksonville.
I'm telling you, there's money to be made.
Mm-hmm.
You just make it over 21, no kids allowed. Margarita funnels.
There's some local establishments here who are going to start promoting funnel night.
Why not?
I mean, there's a stripper that's going to try to separate you from her money with her bar tricks. It's possible. It is possible. Good Lord. We didn't even get to the cheating scandal at the Nathan's Hot Dog
Dan,
contest.
that's a shame.
So we'll do that coming up. You're on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, how about all the storms we're getting? Where in the world did all those things come from? And then when it's not storms, it's heat. All of that stuff can take a big toll on your roof. And so you want to have a local roofer that you can trust and that you know is good at what they do. That's Stevens Roofing here in San Antonio in South Texas. Because you don't want to call some fly-by-night company, some company that maybe just got here, some company that's in and out, knocking on your door, all of that kind of stuff. And it happens. You know what happens. It's probably happened to everybody listening out there. Stevens Roofing won't do that because they're a reputable company. They are the best in the business. So if you have a problem or if you're in the market for a repair or replacement roof, an upgrade, you want to work with Stevens Roofing because they bring local roots, they bring value, and a vast knowledge of their craft to every job. They provide roofing in both commercial and residential, so they do it all. If you got a business that needs some attention to the roof, call Stevens Roofing. Give them a call. It's 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. Don't let the storms take you by surprise or the heat take you by surprise. It does take a toll on your roof. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994.
94.1.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
O'Reilly.
Save money today on your next full synthetic oil change at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get a $10 gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for just $35.95. Our professional parts people can recommend the oil change supplies you need at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Do summer projects your way with 4th of July savings from the Home Depot. With free delivery on over 2 million items, you can make the most of summer grilling and dig into gardening. Plus, get same-day delivery on thousands of products like power tools and storage to tackle any last-minute garage project. Summer your way with 4th of July savings from the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select and stock items by 4 p.m. subject to availability.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increase libido, increase metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. I know you did some grilling over the 4th of July. If you did, you took a lot of photos. Upload those great photos to sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page, because tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to judge and give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
Love judging meat. Send it in.
4th of July grilling can be all over the all over the place, from like I did ribs, Rob did a brisket, to hamburgers and hot dogs, right? And there's nobody on planet Earth that can down 50 hot dogs from Tri-County Meat Market. I mean, they're the best hot dogs on the planet.
And they're thick.
Yes, they are.
They are.
They are. Thick dogs.
Thick wieners.
Well, it's not a party till somebody brings
a wiener.
There you go. In all seriousness, though, noon-ish on 4th of July, the Nathan's Hot Dog 4th of July hot dog eating contest. And this was a strange one because no Joey Chestnut. He did his own thing at Fort Bliss because, he's out with Nathan's because of all, we all know the story there. So there was some intrigue, at least going in, that maybe we'll get a competitive contest this year.
True.
It's not going to be a runaway because nobody has been close. I mean, there's the one year in 2015 where some guy actually upset Joey Chestnut, but you knew he was going to win. So this year, the buildup was, who's going to win? I mean, they're all people who don't really know, but at least you figure we might be within a dog or two.
Sure.
Well, one of the favorites, and his wife, this dude's wife won the lady contest for the female eating hot dog contest. But now we're reading and hearing that there could have been cheating going on.
There could have been.
By the guy that didn't even win.
Oh, he didn't win.
He didn't win. He was one of the favorites to win, the betting odds to win. And, he and his wife won the female version of the contest. But Major League Eating is investigating whether one of the contestants, Nick Weary, if he actually did eat the amount of dogs that he got credit for. Now, I think he was at 48-ish.
46.75, according to USA Today.
Okay. So, but now there's wondering if the guy next to him, if he didn't slide some plates over to try to claim those dogs as his. See, so there's a cheating scandal now.
Little sleight of hand.
Well, that's what it is.
Patrick Deep Dish Brotoletti won the thing.
He was the one.
He was the winner. 58 dogs.
Yeah. But
Deep Dish.
Mickey Sudo's husband accused of cheating, and he's one of the top competitive eaters that we don't know about because he's not Joey Chestnut.
The guy finished fourth.
He finished fourth, but he was expected to win. He was the betting odds favorite to win.
Dude, why do you can't cheat? Oh, but he's got to give his $1,000 back.
I mean, he's accused of stealing plates.
Guy won $1,000 for finishing fourth.
Now,
who knew there was that much money involved?
Well, I mean, there's millions in sponsorships.
Wow.
But when you think about it, I mean, even the hot dog eating contest, you can gamble on, and there's betting. And so now do they have to figure out the judges? Because when you watch the contest, you see the guys that are behind them. They always they're flipping as they think the guys are going, but some eat two at a time, and it's hot dogs and buns. So you've got to for the guy to flip the deal over, and he's standing kind of behind. He's got to see the dog and the bun disappear, but they're very specific on the number of hot dogs per plate. So a lot of times they will count the plates. If the plate's empty and you haven't had a reversal, then you ate those dogs. You get credit for it. So you can't steal the other guy's plates.
But, I mean, he got credited for an extra 5 dogs.
Yeah, because there's 5 dogs on a plate.
There you go.
See, so he just slid that thing over and nobody noticed. Dude, you're on television. Thousands of people watching.
What a slime ball.
Well, I mean,
come on.
It's the 4th of July.
It's an American tradition.
A hot dog eating contest, and you're going to cheat, and you still don't win?
Yeah, at least you ought to win.
I mean, at least you got to win.
What a slime ball.
You think slime ball?
Slime ball. Yes. There are other words that I can't use on the radio that I would like to call that dude. Come on.
Well, and the other guy was like, I know I ate more.
Yeah.
I mean, mentally, you're keeping track while you're eating.
Well, I don't know if you're doing that, but I mean, your stomach tells you had more.
Well, I mean, how many hot dogs do you think you could eat in 10 minutes? 1?
2?
2?
Yeah.
2 at the most?
At the most.
At the most.
Well, I mean, the way normal people eat hot dogs, yes.
All right, you're in a contest.
Dude, I could not do that. It would come up. I promise you would. I love hot dogs, but the way they're eating it with no mustard and dipping that bun in water.
Yeah, well,
I mean, there's nothing enjoyable about
No,
that.
it's not enjoyable. It's awful, and it's awful to watch. Yet, like a car wreck, you can't not watch. You have to watch. It's tradition. It's a requirement.
Yes. Weird
Just saying.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, because people cheat all the time and all kinds of stuff.
Well, they do.
I mean, but in this, this is so different than what Ryan Eagle normally does on the golf course with his foot wedge. I mean, this is very, very different.
Well, you've never seen that. I'm much better at it than this guy.
Yeah, slide a hand.
Of course.
And driving around.
Slide a foot.
Oh, here's my ball right over here.
Yeah, run over yours.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Pick yours up and chunk it.
Yeah.
I didn't see your ball there.
I have run over your ball. I did that last time, by the way.
You did. You did.
Hey, Seymour Wiener. Yes. Jason could see no more ball after I ran over it.
You ran it over.
I did.
You're just trying to be You're
damn right.
A wiener.
It was a wiener.
Chicks dig the long ball. Chicks dig the sack.
Okay. All right.
I like longer shafts.
Pledge is having too much fun
He's
over
having
there.
a good time, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. A lot better time than Mike Gundy's having today. We'll talk about that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you been out to the Golf Club of Texas lately? Well, if you haven't been to the Golf Club of Texas, because that place is new and improved. It is a fantastic place to go. In fact, you'd think you will go out there, you think it's a country club. It's not. It is open to the public 7 days a week, and the Golf Club of Texas offers some of the best course conditions in town with the friendliest staff. And I'm not kidding. They've got brand new golf cart paths going in out there. A lot of them are already done. It's really nice, and they've got zoysia grass. And if you play golf, you know exactly what that is. It is some of the best in the business, no question about it, and they've put that in. It is a really nice place to go out and play some golf. But they've got other things as well, and tonight, in fact, it's trivia night at the Golf Club of Texas tonight. They've got some great specials out there. $5 Jim, Jack, Johnny, or Jameson. Yeah, anything you want, $5. Then they have $4 Lone Star or Truly. Different categories every Wednesday. Prizes for the winners. It goes from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock tonight, and that's at the 10 Cup. Because even if you're not a golfer, you can take the family out there, hang out with your friends. It is the best sit-down restaurant in that part of San Antonio. It's not going to break the bank to take the family out to eat. The Golf Club of Texas, it is a destination now. You need to get out there. And when you're out there playing trivia tonight, you can make your tee time for the weekend. Perfect opportunity to do that. Golf Club of Texas, it's there on Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. For dinner at the Tin Cup, around with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Best rates are always online. golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual back-to-school drive. Saturday, August 3rd from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-aged children. Only while supplies last, so don't be late. Saturday, August 3rd from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by Las Palapas, ProStar Home Care Services, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Maybe it's time to ask your checking account. What have you done for me lately? My Advantage Checking from Generations Federal Credit Union does more. My Advantage Checking pays you 2 days early, plus shopping rewards, identity protection, and much more. My Advantage Checking treats you right. So make the switch. Learn more at Generations Federal Credit Union. Member owned, community grown. Member eligibility requirements apply. For complete terms and conditions, visit mygenfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
You know, living here in San Antonio and South Texas, a water softener is almost a requirement. The water is hard. You know this. It affects your appliances and all of that kind of stuff. And the best water softener to buy is a Connecticut quality water softener. Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over made in America, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Got a simple design, fewer moving parts, and the best thing about it is there's nothing to plug in. There won't be an increase in your electric bill. Connecticut quality water softeners are the best in the business, and right now they have got the best deal for you. Connecticut is going to let you try a quality water softener in your home for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Call them today. 656-PURE. That's 656-7873 or ConnecticutSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. Connecticut, the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We want to invite you guys to join us at Circa Las Vegas, August 22nd through the 25th. Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend is back. Circa Survivor, Circa Million, 2 great contests. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Blitz will be live that Thursday and Friday at Circa. You can come hang out with us, the different celebrities that they're going to bring in, the events. There are discounted rooms available at sasportstar.com for both Circa and the D. And if we want you to stay there with us, it's easier. But, if you're in Vegas that weekend, going to Vegas, let's say you get comp room somewhere, come hang out with us.
That's it. Come
Circa.
hang out with us. It's a great place. If you haven't been there, you need to come over there. I mean, the sports book it's incredible inside. And then you got Stadium Swim, which is, it's one of a kind. I've never seen anything like it.
And in August,
the scenery might be pretty good.
Well, and what you're not going to have? Kids.
No,
because
kids.
It's the only 21 and up resort in Las Vegas.
How about that?
So, the NBA has finalized contracts with ABC, ESPN, NBC, and Amazon that will collectively be worth $76 billion over 11 seasons. The next step is for the league's governors to approve the agreements, which that's a formality. Now, in the current agreement, the ESPN and TNT sports, they pay a combined total of $2.6 billion of what is a 9-season agreement. Now, once these contracts get finalized, they'll get sent to TNT where they could possibly match. And if TNT attempts to match, according to reports, Andrew Marchman of The Athletic, TNT might target the Amazon package. So the idea that TNT is dead after next season and the great studio show, there is still a chance. Although based on what we have heard from the TNT types there at Turner and quite frankly, Charles Barkley, TNT is not going to pony up that kind of money.
Well,
so we'll see.
They don't have to pony up. They're not going after NBC, right?
Yeah.
Who doubled what they pay, the $2.6 billion. Now, Amazon, I'm looking here. It says Amazon's going to dole out $1.8 billion per year. Per year. Jeez.
Well, and here's
that's incredible.
Here is what we're leading to. In the 25-26 season, starting there, NBA is going to air nationally televised games 7 days a week once the NFL season ends. Monday's games are all going to be on Peacock. Tuesday on NBC. Wednesday will be ESPN Day. Thursday will be Amazon Day, which is partly probably why that's the day that TNT is targeting, because that's what they have now. Friday will be ESPN and Amazon. Saturday, ESPN and Amazon. Sunday, NBC and ESPN. So 7 days a week, nationally televised games on the variety of networks. And quite frankly, as we were talking about early on, remember early on we were hearing all these numbers and it was NBC on Sunday night. And it was like, there's no way they've got to be doing stuff on Peacock and trying to sell that app and get everybody to download it. And Peacock is a big part of what they are doing. And I do like that Marchman reports after the NFL season, NBA will be 7 days a week because they're not dumb.
They're not dumb. They're not going to compete with the NFL. But I think TNT will match this because I think their deal was like $1.1 billion. So they've got to come up with another 7, whatever it is. Math is hard, but they got to come up with more money.
Almost another billion.
And I think they will do that because I think they've got the best in the business, and nobody wants to see Barkley and those guys go away. So
they are. There was a time in our lives because most of us listening right now are old enough, but there were a couple of channels, but you knew if you heard John Madden and Pat Summerall, that was the game.
Yep.
If you heard Keith Jackson, that was the game. There's not, because there are so many channels now airing games. I don't know if there's a voice that you hear that you realize, well, this is the game. There are still very popular voices in play-by-play.
Well, Kevin Harlan. Yeah, Kevin Harlan.
But Kevin Harlan doesn't necessarily mean it's the biggest game of the week.
Well, no, because he does so many.
It's but it's the next game assigned.
Sure.
Right? Monday Night Football, the college games now, they have their featured games, but it's not like it was. And the point of that is nobody tunes in for the broadcaster anymore. Like, man, that guy's calling that game, I'm watching. Except for that, that's the best pre and post game show.
There's no question it's the best. I mean, I haven't seen anything that even compares, and it's because of the characters that they have. Charles Barkley leading the way, by the way, for that thing. So yeah, that I would really hate for that to go away, and so I hope TNT comes up with a coin to make that happen, and they get Thursday nights and they keep that because it's enjoyable TV. I don't think anybody disagrees with me on that. It's just enjoyable TV.
And one of the things that I find strange, because I saw an interview that John Skipper did, who used to be the boss man at ESPN, when there were rumors that was a possibility that TNT could let all this happen and then come in and match. Skipper said as many contracts as he's been a part of, he's never seen that option.
Yeah.
Everybody goes in the room, everybody bids, and you take the highest bidder. If you're Amazon, how pissed are you going to be if you commit and all they got to do is match, not beat?
I guess that's in the contract. They're going to have 5 days. Apparently, this meeting is next Tuesday.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas, where they're going to approve this thing, the Board of Governors, and then TNT will have 5 days from that point to come up with a match. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see. But the TNT deal, they're not gone fishing yet.
Not quite.
Not yet. There is a chance. The Hail Mary is there. Will TNT come up with that cash? And to come up with that cash, because it's one thing to say, all right, yeah, we're going to do that, but somebody out there is talking to the sales manager saying, can we sell this and make money? Because that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Can they sell that and make money?
Well, you got to figure not only they're paying the $1.8 billion, and I'm talking about TNT, and then you got to. I'm sure that cast is not cheap.
Well,
when it comes to Barkley and Shaq and
it's not only it's $1.8 billion for the right.
Yes,
that doesn't include the cost of all the employees that have to run that
Absolutely.
thing. And that's not just Charles and Ernie and Shaq. It's all the people behind the scenes, the Harlans of the world, all those crews, the camera operators that are traveling. The expenses that come in when you're flying all over the place for these people and hotel room. I mean, it ain't cheap by any stretch of the imagination. So,
but worth it.
Well, it's worth it if they figure they could sell it and make it work and make money. I mean, they don't want to just break even. They want to make money.
Got to make money.
So, can you go from 1.1 billion to 1.8 billion and still make money?
Yes. I'm going to tell you right now, they can. I mean, look, NBC's not ponying up the money they are without knowing that they're going to make money.
Well, sure.
Same with ESPN.
But NBC has the other revenue stream of you got to download that app, and that's however much a month from everybody that downloads that app. The ESPN Plus aspect of it, the Amazon Plus aspect of it. Turner doesn't have the ability, at least right now, to charge for this and create an app and create that revenue stream.
I wish they would.
And if you're Peacock, people are going to download it for basketball, but they're going to watch all these other things that were going to make money. I mean, there's other revenue streams from those sources that make it make more sense to pony up that, where TNT's got the same thing that they've had, and now it's just going to cost that much more. It's no different than all of us right now in a very dumbed down analogy, but all of us 5 years ago, you went to your favorite pizza joint and you ordered a pizza and it was X. And today that same pizza is a lot more than what you paid 5 years ago. It's the same pizza, right? That's what TNT's got to figure out right now. They don't have another way to add in that, at least not right now, to make more off of that.
Poor Amazon. I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, they're going to lose out.
Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing just fine.
Yeah,
and most people have. I mean, I have the Peacock app because of the NFL.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm just going to keep it. I mean, it's one of those things, and I know you can get all jumbled up, but I couldn't tell you. When I turn on the TV, it's like all these apps appear, and I'm not sure what I'm subscribed to and not.
Until you go to log in and you realize, crap,
I'm not.
See, I if you've got friends that will share passwords, that helps.
Well, they're going to do away with that, I bet. Or they're going to try.
And they can try all they want, at least for now.
Spurs fans, I would prepare to buy that app because I have a feeling the Spurs are going to be on a lot of these nationally televised nights this year because of Victor Wembanyama.
Well, this is next year. Not this year's season. It's
Well,
that
this
magical year of 25.
Oh, 25.
Yeah, when this new TV contract
After
kicks in.
football, yeah.
The magical year, the beginning with the 25-26 season.
See, they're doing that too. It must be magical. 2025.
You have no idea.
2025.
You have no idea.
I can't wait for 2025.
I mean, it's going to be
the
incredible
magical year of 2025. When the best basketball players on the planet are going to come out.
It's incredible.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're incredible. Huh. Well, it's no coincidence then, is it? The new TV deals start then, and we're going to see the best basketball we've seen in our entire lives.
Well, I think you're almost there. The light bulb is starting to flicker. Because the new salary cap that's going to come into play, all of that, and the Spurs are going to have such a clean runway.
Wow,
right? I mean, does that help it make more sense?
No,
okay,
not really.
You're just stubborn. Yeah, you really are just stubborn. You're like Mike Gundy. You're just stubborn.
I'm 50.
You're just.
I'm a man.
He's older than that now.
After me.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Oh, 40.
Well,
sorry, Mike.
Yeah, but that's what, 15 years old now?
Yeah.
That's aged well.
It's also Mike Gundy.
Oh.
That was Mike Gundy? When did he fart?
He made a fart noise during one of his press conferences, and I just isolated it.
And why wouldn't he? Fart noises are funny.
Wow. But it's just weird hearing James. Well, I isolated Mike Gundy's fart.
I put it in a little jar and closed it up.
Where's the funnel?
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a whole nother thing.
It is. I kid. A lot of people are upset with Mike Gundy. We'll get into it coming up. Big 12 Media Days going.
They are. SEC is next week, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
They'll at least spell all their teams right.
Well, let's wait and see.
Especially the new ones.
Well, they're easier to spell than Cincinnati.
Can you spell Oklahoma?
I can. Oklahoma, where the...
That's singing, sir, not spelling.
Sure, is this just a test?
Yes.
It's O-K-L-A, Homa, H-O-M-A. Piece of cake.
Can you spell Texas?
T-E-J-A-S.
There you go. Tejas.
Tejas. The magical year of 2050. Hey, can you imagine New Year's Eve this year when it rolls over to 2025? It's going to be almost as good as 2000. I can't wait.
Something might actually happen. We were all prepared for all kinds of stuff to happen in the year 2000.
And it was such a bummer. It's like nothing happened.
Everything still works, huh? But we were ready.
We were ready. Wow, it seems like a long time ago.
Yeah, well, it was.
Wow.
Damn near 25 years.
I know, but time flies,
24
doesn't
and
it?
a half.
Time flies.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Were you still doing morning TV in the year 2000?
No.
You've been promoted to 10 yet?
I wasn't promoted to 10 yet. That happened in 01.
Okay.
But I was doing the 6 o'clock sportscast and then reporting for the 10. And it was more throwing quarters with Dan Cook.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Those were fun days.
Those
Although I'd bring a roll of quarters in and they'd be gone by the end of the night.
At least I know I'm not the only one that takes your money. It's been a problem for Reinagel his entire life.
See, the problem, the thing for Cook, though, he didn't take credit. He had to have the money there then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, times are different now.
Oh, Dan Cook, man.
I mean, you have paid off one of the cases.
I have. And you enjoyed that 4th of July,
yeah,
didn't
Beer
you?
Fridge says time for that next payment.
It's ready, huh?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, another case of Flight by Yingling.
Yeah, keep waiting. I'll get it to you.
I'm sure you will.
Sure.
Sooner rather than later. The weekend is upon us.
Well, you don't have a big party. See, I knew you had a 4th of July plans
Mm-hmm.
that you needed beer for. So I figured, well, I'll throw you a bone.
I need beer that you owe me on any day that ends in Y.
Exactly. Is that what it is?
And the weekend is coming up.
Did you drink
so
all that beer?
It's gone.
It's gone, huh?
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Well, you took it over to, Andy's house. Of course it's gone.
I don't know that Andy had many of those.
Really? What do you have?
He had a cooler ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. I see how you guys are.
Mm-hmm. Get some beer, get into Tri-County Meat Market, fire up the grill this weekend, because before you fire up that grill, you got to get into Tri-County Meat Market. Those two great locations, they have everything you need to up your grilling game. Beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, beef ribs, pork ribs, whether you're thinking St. Louis style or baby backs, they're English crosscuts. Their seasoned fajitas, both beef and chicken, are fantastic. Maybe you want to do a tri-tip, a picanha, a brisket, sausage. They've got it there at Tri-County Meat Market. They've got what you need with the quality you expect, and you could always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25. Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Two great locations on Route Fair Road and on Huebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increase libido, increase metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel for my friends at Stevens Roofing, your local roofer. Summer is here, and that means long, hot days for everyone and everything, including your roof. Our hot Texas sun pounding down can degrade and age your roof. So for residential or commercial service, you need a reliable roofer you can trust and afford. That's Stevens Roofing. Online at stevensroofing.net or call them at 210-785-0994. That's 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9313. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9313. That's 800-575-9313. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-513-8480. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-513-8480 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry who keeps and makes the car behind them. Oh no, they're about to. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
The fight for justice never ends. In Texas, there's only one name you need to know. Thomas J. Henry Law. We're one of the biggest personal injury firms in Texas with the money to fight for you. We invest in expert witnesses, investigators, and cutting-edge technology because the best evidence wins cases. And you only pay if we win. No upfront fees, no hidden costs. We give back to the communities we serve, from school supplies for tens of thousands of kids to food for families and pets. Thomas J. Henry. Visit us online at tjhlaw.com. San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Houston Texans need to call Stevens Roofing because their roof was damaged during Hurricane Beryl, missing at least 3 panels from its retractable roof. They've got some time, though. Their first scheduled game in their home stadium isn't until August 17th when they host the New York Giants. I can talk sometimes. Hey, that number 2 guy that used to play for the Spurs dropped out of the Olympics. Derrick White is taking his place.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
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 Everybody, hump day.
Hump day.
Give him that hawk to it.
Yeah. Hey, I go with a hawk to a girl. Little hump day, hawk to a girl, margarita funnels. What else you want on a Wednesday?
Wow.
Hump day.
That's quite a day, isn't it?
I mean, that's a full day.
Wow.
That is a full day in any order.
Full day. In any order.
In
Yes.
any order.
Yes. The conversation on the YouTube page is still continuing about
stay out of that.
Yeah.
Stay out of that.
Salted rims and
stay out
moisture
of that.
and all kinds of stuff.
Stay out of that. Now, if you guys want to go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page and read the comments, have fun. Jacob Barrett counting, we got a 5-humper at 4.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you've listened to this show long enough, you realize Joe and math don't really go together.
No. I was never good at math.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Sometimes talking. And,
that too.
I mean, but that's all. That's all of us. Somehow we've managed to get through life.
We have.
Yeah.
You know, I always told the math teacher I'm not going to need that stuff. Math.
Never cared what X was.
No.
Remember
or Y? I mean, it's
algebra?
like, gives a damn.
Was there a Y in algebra? Is always
there
X.
was a Y.
What was the Y for?
Why? I have no clue. Dude, algebra.
I thought you were always solving for X. I don't know about this Y guy.
Well,
I always asked why.
Isn't there
Who
a
cares?
Y? Now, if there's any math teachers listening, you're very important.
Well, the math rules have changed.
Yeah.
So when you were in school, and then when I was in school, did you ever help your kids with math?
No.
Well, I didn't. All right.
I tried. But...
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you couldn't help them. Did you try to help them?
Yes, I tried. And I'd look at it and say, well, sorry, you're on your own. You're done.
On your own? Come on. You ponied up and got a tutor.
No. I wasn't in class today. I'm sure the teacher explained it. Were you not paying attention? That's what I told him.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I know your kids. That does explain a lot. You should have got a tutor.
Well, some of them. Some of them did okay.
Well, you have a lot to choose from. I mean,
sure.
I mean, the percentages.
Yes.
Yeah, solving for X.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Good Lord.
Math.
I will say, if it wasn't for Mrs. Spears, I don't know if Erica would have survived math.
Dude, the thing I learned in math was the sevens because of football.
Yeah.
I mean, so
you didn't learn that in math class. You learned that from your bookie dad.
Well, and watching football because you always knew I can go sevens all day long.
Can you?
Absolutely.
7 times 7
is 49.
All right, there you go.
See that?
Yeah, 7 times 7 minus 7
is 42.
There you go. Plus 16.
That'd be 58. And come on, brain busters, let's go.
Add in a field goal.
That'd be 61
or 2.
All right, how about 64?
64 what?
Piece of cake.
Where? There's
points.
Cake?
There's points. Dude, I got this football math down.
Do you?
Yeah.
Can you do UFL football math?
No. I can't. Because I still don't understand why you just don't go for 2 every time. It's kind of dumb.
Well, you might need 3, and you have that opportunity.
Well, if you go for 2 every time, you're probably doing okay.
Unless you need to go for 3 at some point.
Well, I'm glad there's that option.
I'd go for 1 every time. You're closer.
Makes no sense. It's only a yard more.
You could barely get the 2. I'd rather get the guaranteed 1, which isn't really guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed.
Can you do math by 6s?
Can you kick the extra point, or that's not an option?
No, not an option.
See, now that's a problem.
I mean, your kicker basically has one job: to kick off.
That's it.
That's it.
They kick field goals.
They can kick field goals,
right?
But not after touchdowns. Yes,
that's a shame. Poor kickers.
They get paid,
I guess.
They're there. They're there. So I was very confused by your Sports Center update.
You were?
When is the Texans' first game?
August 17th.
Okay.
That's the preseason game. Their home opener, by the way, is September 15th. We were talking about it off the air. They host the Chicago Bears, and that'll be a
ball.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the August game. You would think roof closed because it's going to be stupid hot.
It's going to be hot, yeah.
They're the Texans. They'll get that roof fixed.
It'll be fixed.
So what are they missing? Just
3 panels, and whatever that means.
So I mean, is it a natural disaster version of the old Texas Stadium? They just have a big hole in the roof at this point. Oh, there's some pledges pulled up some photos. Well, that doesn't help. I need an aerial photo. All right, apparently we don't have photos.
It's not that big. It's 3 panels. I'm sure
Well, I mean,
they're going to fix that in a day.
Not all panels are created equal, are they?
They're going to fix that in a day.
I mean, is this like because aren't they using the stadium right now as a like a housing area? People can go hang out there because
of the storm, but I'm sure they kicked them out by now, didn't they?
Well, not now. I mean, people that lost their homes the other day still don't have a place to go to.
Did they lose their homes? Did a lot of people lose their homes?
They might be underwater. So,
I know a lot of power's still out.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people are mad at their energy company.
Yeah.
So looking at this aerial photo that Pledge just showed up, there looks to be one panel missing that's probably around the 10-yard line on the home side. Well, let's see, which side of the stadium? That's the visitor side. So if it rained that day, the Giants would get wet. Those other 2 panels near the end, I don't even know if that's actually over the field. That looks like it could be.
They'll have that fixed by Friday.
I don't know.
Come on.
I mean, in all seriousness, does a company that puts those together, do they just have a bunch in stock just in case, or are those specifically made for each individual building?
Well, maybe they should have done a better job to begin with.
Well, dude, it was a hurricane.
As category 1. Come on.
It's still a hurricane.
Whatever.
It wouldn't have moved your hair, but it blew panels
That's exactly
off
right. It
of
wouldn't have.
that stadium. But in reality, I don't know. I mean, you say by Friday, but it's not like you can go to Lowe's and pick those up.
Well, somebody builds those things, right? So I'm sure they have them readily available.
Readily available.
Readily.
Why would you have those in stock?
Why wouldn't you? In case there's a hurricane coming. Maybe they should have been prepared.
How often do you think you're going to sell those? You make them as needed.
It's a hurricane coming in. Sometimes you have to make arrangements in advance for hurricanes, like for roofs and airlines.
Well, airlines,
you have to do that.
It's easy to go change your flight if it's going through Houston. It's another thing to say, well, let's order a bunch of panels we may or may not need. No, you survive the hurricane and then you call the roof guy.
Well, where could they be? I mean, New York, California,
I don't know.
Florida.
I have no idea who did that roof.
You put them on a truck and get them here.
You got to make them.
They've got till August 17th.
I mean,
they'll have it fixed.
And looking at that photo, it looks like many panels have been replaced or they've done a crappy job of matching the roof.
It looks like one of those old ragtop cars, doesn't it? That as it gets old, it kind of is,
Yeah, slide it on out.
After a while, those things don't look so good. That's kind of the roof of NRG Stadium.
Yeah.
Man.
See, Bob's going to look at that. Now they're going to get a whole new roof.
Well, they probably need one. About time for a new stadium, isn't it?
Yeah, Bob's not here. He's been looking down on that for a while. Cal needs to get that fixed.
Cal does.
Yeah.
That's about time for a whole new stadium.
R.A.P. Bob. A whole new stadium?
Sure.
Shut up.
Well, why not? I mean, it's about time.
I mean, it's getting there. That's a nice
Texans
stadium.
could threaten to move to, I don't know, Nashville.
Nashville, huh?
Yeah.
They're getting a new stadium.
Maybe San Antonio.
Maybe. That's a possibility.
Sure.
That's a possibility. But then you would have to become a fan.
Of the Texans?
Yeah.
Ooh.
If they moved to San Antonio?
I mean, I would, I guess.
For a couple of weeks, we were all San Antonio Saints fans.
You know what? We were. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
3 games, in fact. 75,000 plus in the Alamo Dome.
Now, Josh Jimenez, who had a really bad idea earlier, has a good one today. If they don't have that stadium ready to go or it's still being utilized, could they come to the Alamo Dome for a game or two?
Dude, if they don't have that thing fixed by October 17th.
Or August.
Well, August. If they don't have that thing fixed by then.
Well, that's a month.
They need to be fired.
That's a month and a week away.
Exactly.
All right.
They can fix that thing.
Sometimes you act like it. Now think about this. Now, I don't know how bad the situation truly is in Houston, but if there are people that are being housed at the stadium right now because they've been displaced by the storm, do you really kick those people out to make room for a football game?
Well, I don't think they're going to have to kick them out.
Well, I mean, there's lots of people that are being housed right now at that stadium. You know, just like there was people at the Superdome in New Orleans years ago.
Yeah.
Can you politically?
Well, no.
Can you kick them out because we got a preseason game?
Well, you give them free tickets.
but you got to pack up your stuff and put it over here. I mean, there's some things that you know, just from an optics, do you kick them out? I mean, they can't all go stay at Mattress Max place.
There's only 250 beds. You could put them in a hotel for a night.
Oh, I'm sure the hotels would love that because we got a football game. We sell a lot of nights for people that are traveling out.
I'm not saying they do it for free.
Oh.
The Texans could pay for it.
Oh, yeah, put it on the Texans.
Of course.
Yeah. So they're at Energy Arena, not necessarily in the stadium. Okay.
Oh, so they're fine.
What is Energy Arena?
You see that little building kind of off to the side that they have? They do conventions and different live stock show stuff there.
Because I mean, they you know, training camp's going to start, and you know the Texans don't leave. They do training camp there in Houston in the bubble.
Wow.
Did the bubble survive?
That's a good question. I don't know.
All right.
No, we would have heard about it.
I mean, I was in that bubble one time when it fell.
Yeah.
We were covering Texans training camp back in the day, and back when we used to do that kind of thing, and a storm rolled through, and the bubble started to deflate.
Well, that was God telling you to never do that again. We'll never cover the Texans again.
Dude, it was kind of scary, to be honest.
Absolutely it is.
Although scary and yet kind of cool.
Yeah.
It started to come down, and when you get in that bubble, they have all these lights that are on poles that can just easily fall over. So that's the biggest concern when you were in there when it started to deflate. And it deflates kind of slowly. And there is a building there that you're kind of attached to, and they rushed everybody inside of this basic conference room and hallway, and there's a bathroom in there. And then it was, we had to get the Texan staff to go get our stuff. But it ended the show early.
What was the Cowboys coach name that happened? You remember the bubble fell and he was paralyzed.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that was, in all honesty, kind of scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is a concert in the Alamo Dome on the 16th.
Who is it?
On the 16th, I think that's Def Leppard and Journey.
Is that right? I don't know.
I know it's who's coming on the 16th. Is it Def Leppard and Journey?
I have no idea.
Def Leppard, Journey, and Steve Miller Band.
Oh,
wow.
Nice.
Wow.
I need to get tickets for that.
I do too. I'd go to that.
Let's call John over to Awesome Tickets.
It's exactly who I would call. I'd call anybody else.
John, go ahead and send 4 tickets. Charge Reinagle's card.
Absolutely.
Good seats down on the floor. We'll make that happen.
John's never given me bad seats. Are you kidding me?
I know, but 4 on the floor, John. Charge Reinagle this time.
Yeah, I'll take a couple of people. Yeah. You going too?
Just email those tickets to me. I'll let Dave tag along.
Oh, my goodness. That would be a fun concert, no doubt.
Absolutely. From the Texans to the Cowboys, how close is Dak to getting a contract? We'll get into that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, I can see it. It's still a long way off, though, for Dak. And will he be a Cowboy or not? But I can see it thanks to my friends at Parkhurst New Vision. Had lens replacement surgery. You guys know this. It's been over a year now, and I tell you what, I'm loving it. I really, truly am loving it. You know, I don't even think about readers. I don't think about any kind of glasses at all. And I haven't had to for a long time. Can read menus like a champ, books, magazines, whatever, and don't need any help whatsoever. Parkhurst New Vision did that for me. And it's not just me. They're doing it for hundreds of thousands of people here in San Antonio and South Texas all the time. And I know this because I see the testimonials on social media all the time. People posting about not just the results of their whatever procedure that they had, but the way they were treated along the way. I'm telling you, Parkhurst New Vision, Dr. Parkhurst and his staff, they treat you like family from the very beginning. Have it know until you go in there and do it. So give them a call and feel that love. It's 210-585-2020. You can also check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. You call them, you set up that initial consultation, tell them that Joe Reinagle from the Blitz sent you in there. Well, you do that, and then you ask all the questions you want to ask. They'll explain the procedure and what's going to take place and how they're going to do everything. You will know every step of the way before you leave there on that first day. Parkhurst New Vision. Let them do for you what they've done for me and so many others here in San Antonio and South Texas. That number again is 585-2020.
94.1 FM.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Gotta be fresh.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-205-5350. So if you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-205-5350 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minnick.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Everybody's having a great day.
Hump day.
That's right, it is.
Are you going to do that on the tennis courts in Oxnard?
Well, of course.
All right.
Why wouldn't I?
I'm just asking.
Yes.
Just saying.
If I can call Deuce Vaughn a gadget guy to his face.
You didn't say it to his face.
Well, he was there.
He was standing behind you and you had no idea.
I sure didn't.
And he was pissed.
So the one thing about Oxnard, though, is where we're set up. And as loud as we are, everybody hears us.
Everybody.
I mean, you're going to hear, you hear everybody.
And you hear, well, and again, at least when we're there, there's activity.
There is.
When Rob Thompson and A.J. Hoffman turn on the lights to the tennis court and get ready for the morning huddle at 4 a.m.
They can say whatever they want.
Well, but whatever they say, I mean, because, you know, it's California. A lot of windows are open, and they get told to shut up a lot.
They do.
Right?
They do.
Nobody wants their room near the tennis court.
Nope.
And that's where the rookies go.
They do.
No, I mean, it's those poor dudes, man. They're gonna, what did they get going at 4 a.m. California time?
4 a.m.
Yeah, and that's about the time Reinagle rolls in from the rudder room.
It's about that time. Yeah. Well, and the good news is they're not the only ones out there. There's a couple of other morning shows that are out there at that time, but gee whiz.
But yeah,
4 a.m.
Rob's for the last couple of years has been in charge of turning on the lights.
Well, they're off at 8 o'clock in the morning there.
They are. See, the routine that we have in Oxnard for AA Best Bail Bonds, Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage, which will start in a couple of weeks. Cannot wait to get out there.
Yeah.
Rob and AJ will go do their show, and we'll never hear it.
Never.
You and I.
No.
And they get done at 8:00, and then they come back to the beach house and pick us up. But before they get to the beach house, they stop and pick up breakfast.
That's what they do. Yeah.
Yes, at a place called Spud Nuts.
Uh-huh.
And then we eat breakfast, and then they drive us to work.
Right.
And then they, because practice, they're there all day. and then when we get done with work, we go out.
We're done.
And they take a nap.
Yes, they do.
And wake up the next morning.
Uh-huh.
Yes. They're on very different trips.
They are.
Than you and I are on.
Yeah, our schedule's great. Noon to 4.
Well, I mean, we're on the air noon to 4, but
we're out
we
there.
get to the facility about 9:30.
Yeah, of course.
Depending on them.
Sure.
The scary part, like if Rob comes into the house, kicks off shoes and sits down on the couch,
he's done.
You just better find out and hope that the keys are on the counter and not in his shorts. Because if they're still in his pocket.
Well, we'll let AJ get them out.
Yeah.
AJ can go digging around in Rob's shorts. Hey, they're partners.
What makes you think AJ is still going to be awake?
Well, I mean, he's the rookie technically, right?
Oh, so are we going to have rookie hazing?
Well, no, but I mean, if there's something in Rob's shorts that needs to be taken out, AJ's got to do it.
And then, of course, the over-under on what will Rob hurt?
He will hurt something.
He will hurt himself in one way or another.
In some way or, yes.
What will happen on this trip?
Well, it's funny because I don't know what the house looks like just yet, other than the pictures we've seen.
Sure.
You booked, but I mean, the one that we had that stupid thing on the fireplace.
Yes.
That nearly
that little lip, and it was like a 2-inch. I don't know what it was there for. And the beauty of that is that when we were walking into the house for the very first time, Rob pointed out, man, somebody's going to hurt themselves on that.
Nearly took his foot off.
And it was Rob.
Yes.
Although Rob did survive the house in Las Vegas, which is surprising because
that
that was set up for Rob to die.
That was.
I mean, the room that he had, he can open one door and literally fall out and into a swimming pool.
Yes.
Or walking out of the room, there was this pool table and then a weird step down that he had to maneuver every day and somehow didn't break an ankle.
Wow.
I credit Rob. He survived Las Vegas.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's always a fun trip, and hope you guys are ready for that too, because we'll have it all. Interview everybody. So
when we interviewed Dak Prescott, which we have the last several years, we anticipate we'll have QB1 again this year. 1 year it was on his birthday right after he had cake smashed into his face. You all saw that video on Hard Knocks. Will he have a new contract? Will he not? Now, my gut feeling has been all along he'll get a contract at some point in training camp. He talked about his contract yesterday at his camp and seemed a lot more comfortable talking about the contract. Just the mood, the tone, the body language, what he said. Maybe things are moving along because Dak Prescott did say yesterday that conversations were taking place.
Yeah, I mean, there's been conversations back and forth, but for the most part for me, as y'all know, I'm going to let my agent do that, especially as we get right here into training camp. Day one of training camp, my mind flips to just obviously helping my team and just doing everything I can within the organization and on the football field to make sure that I'm my best and everyone around me is their best. And the money and all that will take care of itself as it always has.
So he says that. And again, got into his standard talking points. The agent will take care of it, blah, blah, and just focus on the team, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But at the beginning, conversations are taking place.
Yeah. Which is new.
It very much so, because it wasn't that long ago at his charity event where he almost seemed angry.
He did.
And didn't want to talk about it. And that was the only time that he has said, whether it's here or somewhere else. So, or conversations taking place that seem positive for Dak Prescott by that answer, if you want to read that into it, because he didn't seem frustrated. It wasn't, one of those, like it was a negative, like it just seemed very positive. And I haven't heard that from him like that in a long time.
Well, apparently he had a nice trip. His wife even, Or his girlfriend, they're not married yet, are they?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Anyway, his baby mama, I guess I should say. They had a nice vacation.
The mother of his child.
Exactly. They had a nice trip to Cabo.
I don't think you can classify baby mama because baby mama means they're not together, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, aren't those the rules by definition?
I have no clue.
The baby mama is like.
Is that not a fact? She's a baby mama.
But I think when you use the term baby mama, you're talking about a guy that got somebody pregnant, but they're not really a part of the life.
Oh, okay.
So the mother of his child, his girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
You say baby mama, and it's just like he knocked up a stranger and now has to just send child support money if he's doing that. I think that's by definition baby mama.
Dak's baby mama had an article in the New York Post talking about what a great time they had in Cabo. So he was very relaxed and getting over that whole boot thing, which that's another thing that we need to continue to watch.
He's fine.
Oh, he's fine.
He's fine.
Why the hell are you wearing a boot?
Oh, it's fashionable.
Sure it is.
It's preventive.
I'm not sure he's fine. It bears watching, I would say.
Fair.
Okay. That's all I wanted. Bears watching. Anyway, he was relaxed. And I mean, a nice vacation, went fishing and had a good time with some teammates. And
yeah, went to Tyron Smith's wedding. It was all good.
And it's interesting that you pointed out that way, that he's relaxed and it looks like things are happening. And the total opposite with CeeDee Lamb, who says he's not talking about his contract when he has his camp next week.
And frustrated, although Dak did say he's been throwing with CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
CeeDee's doing everything that he should be. He'll be ready for the season.
Absolutely.
He probably won't be there at training camp, but he'll be ready for the season. But when you think about Dak and his contract, and because at his gala, or at some point in this offseason, he talked about, resetting the market, but there's some ways that he could reset the market. And he said he doesn't necessarily have to reset the market, which would mean total number on the contract. Now, Ian Rappaport on NFL Network delivered a report yesterday that told us a lot of things that we know. Nothing earth-shattering here, nothing that we haven't talked about. And everybody else, when talking about Dak and his deal, they haven't talked about except for one key phrase in this report.
Dak Prescott heading into the final year of his contract with the kind of leverage that we have rarely seen a quarterback have. The Cowboys cannot trade him. They cannot franchise him. If they don't do a deal with him, he is going to be a free agent. And then, will he sign with the Cowboys after they let him be a free agent? I guess anything's possible, but certainly hard to imagine there. So it is on the Dallas Cowboys right now. If they're going to do this, if they're going to avoid Dak Prescott going into the final year of his deal, like Mike McCarthy is, it is time for them to start talking and try to get a new contract done. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe it was a little bit of a shorter deal. I know the fact that people have mentioned the number 60, as in $60 million per year. The fact that that's
everything
not
else
crazy
he says on this
on...
is stuff that we know, but a shorter deal. Now, we know Dak wants a shorter deal. He always has. That's his goal. Short deal, get back to the negotiating table, always stay at the top of the market.
Yep.
Jerry Jones likes long contracts, so you could spread out the cap hit and all that other stuff. In this case, I wonder if Jerry is thinking a shorter deal is worthy. He's had 8 years, no playoff success. We know that. He's still playing at an extremely high level, second in MVP voting last year, statistically coming off an incredible season. So do you really want 5 years, 6 years at 60? Or maybe you do 2 or 3 years at 60? So that wouldn't reset the market as far as total massive contract, highest paid quarterback ever kind of thing, but it would give him the highest per year contract. And so he could at least claim that he was the highest paid. Well, I mean, you know how this goes. I mean, it's all these guys want more than the last guy. So right now the highest paid is 55. If he goes 60, if that's the neighborhood, that's the number. And, instead of 57 or 58, which is more than 55, but Jerry, I'll give you, 3 years instead of the 5 you want, but give me 60 a year. Give me, more guaranteed money than what Kirk Cousins has. I mean, I'm curious where the sticking point is, but it does. Hearing Rappaport say shorter, what is he hearing that says shorter? And knowing what Dak wants, seemingly knowing what Dak wants, does that kind of achieve both for both Dak Prescott, where he'll feel like he won, and Jerry Jones will feel like he won?
I'm not sure Jerry wants a long contract with Dak Prescott. I'm
well,
really,
and that might be part of why he would change his normal philosophy of a long deal.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And if he brings Dak back, it's going to be because the Cowboys have been derelict in their duties in bringing in somebody that could replace him. Although, look, they brought in Trey Lance for whatever you think of that. And I think that was the stupidest deal in the history of stupid deals.
Wow.
But the fact of the matter is, you got him there. Right. So they're going to give him every opportunity to beat out Cooper Rush. And I think he will, just because they want him to. I mean, he's going to have to really stink up the place not to be the backup quarterback. So I think Jerry wants to see what he has in a Trey Lance. And if there's any hope, let's face it, this guy's only 23 years old. Right. I mean, so, and obviously he was drafted number 3. Maybe that was a mistake. I'm not sure. But I'm not sure that they want to keep Dak Prescott, because I think whatever he signs, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, or 5, that's it. I think he's done with the Cowboys.
I 100% agree with that. Unless he actually hoists up a Lombardi trophy.
There's that.
And again,
nobody's holding their breath.
Exactly. But I don't know that Jerry is ready to just say, let's blow this up and start over. But I think it's hard to stomach 5 years at 60 million plus and all those guarantees. But 3 years, if you haven't done it then, right? Reasons and excuses every year that they haven't been successful. And that's one of the reasons why Jason Garrett stayed for so long. Every year Des caught it. There was reasons or excuses, but he didn't do enough to get fired. But what have you really, and he held on to Jason Garrett for a long time. He'll do the same with Dak, and maybe a 3-year deal is it. You've got 3 more years and we're done. There's no trade thing. We're pulling that out. You want a shorter deal? I need something back. And if I'm Jerry, I take back control of that contract with Dak Prescott.
Well, he's got to, but then you got to wonder if, say, let's go on the premise that it's 3 years at $60 million a year. What's guaranteed? There's got to be some guaranteed money. Is the whole contract guaranteed? Is 2 years of it guaranteed? That's going to be interesting too. And I could see that being a little bit of a sticking point as well when you're Dak Prescott and you're talking contracts with Jerry Jones. So a lot of things to be worked out when it comes to Dak Prescott and what happens. Obviously, we know he's a quarterback this year for sure, but as of now, that's all we know.
That's it.
The future after that is up in the air.
Training camp's going to be a lot of fun when we get out there in the season. We'll see what ultimately happens. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. So many unknowns with the Cowboys. The big unknown with the Spurs, what number is Chris Paul going to wear? They release a photo of him in a Spurs jersey today with no number.
No number.
No number visible.
Wow.
Let's talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you live in San Antonio and South Texas, the water is hard, right? It is. You see the white residue all over the place, and that can damage all kinds of stuff. Your dishwasher, your washing machine. A water softener is almost a must-have in San Antonio and South Texas. And if you're going to get one, you want to get the best. Kinetico is the best. In fact, they've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. Their products are made right here in America, and they're up to 80% more efficient than competing models. And what I love about it, you don't plug it in. It only works when you need water, but it works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is the best in the business. Not going to increase your electric bill. I love that. And there's no expensive electrical components to repair or replace. Look, Kinetico has got a crazy deal going right now. They're going to let you try a Kinetico quality water softener for 90 days, absolutely free. Yeah. For 90 days in your home, you can try a Kinetico quality water softener. It does not get any better than that. If you've been thinking about it, now's the time to take action. And all you have to do is give them a call, 656-PURE. That's 656-7873. You can also check them out online at KineticoSA.com. Look, the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual back-to-school drive. Saturday, August 3rd from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-aged children. Only while supplies last, so don't be late. Saturday, August 3rd from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by Las Palapas, ProStar Home Care Services, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy, so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car really needs a wash.
The $20 McGuire's bundle includes Gold Class Car Wash for a showroom shine.
Get in the zone. And what about my tires?
Just spray the included Hot Shine tire coating and you're all set.
Get in the zone. The inside is not great.
No problem. The quick interior detailer in the bundle can help with that too.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This is Jim Rome, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. There is some breaking news in the world of sports. And this may shock a few of you. The coach of the men's national soccer team, Greg Berhalter, has been fired.
Yeah. I'm surprised it took this long, honestly. As upset as everybody was with the early exit in Copa America, I feel like a soccer expert now.
Who?
Me.
I mean, we got to get Rob Thompson on the phone. He is the station soccer expert. That goes home every day, and he's been watching this soccer stuff in the afternoon and falling asleep.
What does that tell you?
It's I don't know.
Perfect sleeping pill.
I don't know if this is proper soccer etiquette for you soccer types. They're not using the term fired. He will no longer be the team's coach moving forward.
He's fired.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I mean, NBA coach, so-and-so fired. Darvin Ham fired. Football coach Mike McCarthy will be fired. Soccer, he's no longer. He won't be the coach.
Well, you
forward.
put your little pinky up.
Well, I mean, that's is it soccer terminology not to say fired?
I don't know, but he's not invited back. And it's funny because honestly, in the soccer expert that I know, it's my son-in-law, right? And he's telling me that it was just the formations and the stuff that he was doing that just didn't work, and that he thought that was a problem. So he's going to be all for this news today.
See, you got to text your son-in-law and act like you're smart. Boy,
Right.
Did you see? Greg is out.
He's out.
Yeah, he's been sacked.
As we talked about.
Yes.
Yeah.
I stole that from our YouTube.
That's predicted. He's been sacked.
Should be sacked.
Isn't that an English term? Sacked?
I don't know, but that sounded a little bit more Irish, my friend.
Well, I'm just saying, when you get sacked in England, you get fired.
What voice? What language do you think you're speaking there?
I'm speaking English, British.
You speak British, do you?
British.
You speak in the British tone.
Well, we're getting set for the British Open in golf. I got to get ready. A little action across the pond.
In your mind, do you think you sound like who?
I sound like me with a British accent.
I don't know that was a British accent.
Well, it was.
Is there anybody out there that actually has a British accent or can fake a British accent?
I would like to know that. Have you got a British accent? That's perfect. I don't know what British people you've been talking to.
Be stealing my Lucky Charms.
That's Irish.
I was going to say.
That was Rory McIlroy.
Yeah. But your Irish and your British sound exactly the same.
Well, they're so close together.
Yet they're not.
They are.
You don't sound I know one guy. He's a radio presenter over there for Talk Sport out of London.
Yes.
Will Gavin.
Yes, great guy.
The king of the Brits. When
we
don't
see try to drink him under the table.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Really impossible. You sound nothing like that guy. And
well, he's got a real thick accent, though.
Okay.
Will does.
But any of the Ollies that he hangs out with, because all of them seem to be named Ollie, you don't sound like any of that group.
No, because
I don't look at that and think that's a British accent.
It was British. It's British.
What is the show? What Pinky Blinders? Where's that from?
See, that's really thick,
right? Because I hear AJ Hoffman trying to do a Pinky Blinders quite often. And between the two of you, your British accents suck.
Well, I don't try to do a Peaky Blinders because that's like really, you can't even understand those guys.
But your British accent sounds Irish, like pour the Lucky Charms and grab a Guinness.
I can't do a Peaky Blinders. That's like really, really, really a thick. Mine's just kind of like I've been living there for 10 years and you kind of develop a little accent.
No.
Yeah, that's what happens when you live there.
I know people that go drinking, and the more they drink, the more they think they can speak Spanish. That's what I hear from you as you talk about trying
Well, the good news,
this
Jason,
accent.
is that I don't have to speak Spanish. It's still the King's English.
Oh, really?
It says that Peaky Blinders uses a Broomy dialect.
A broomy.
Well, what's a normal Brit use? I mean, if they're broomy, I mean, it's kind of like a Texan, right?
What does a broomy dialect mean?
I have no clue.
I have no idea.
It's a street gang based in Birmingham, England.
Birmingham, England.
Not Alabama.
Yeah, well, same thing.
Yeah.
Different dialect.
You can't understand those folks in Birmingham, Alabama either.
Actually, Birmingham's not so bad.
It's all right.
But there are parts of Louisiana where you have no idea
No
what the
clue.
hell they're saying.
No.
There's no way that's English. There's no way that's a whole nother language over there. There's a guy that works down there at the ESPN affiliate, not in New Orleans, but one of those little towns near. And I was on his show. I had no idea what he was asking me. It was the strangest interview, right? Like we're back in the Spurs heyday. Hey, we'll get you on and talk Spurs, and I had no idea, none.
Would you just wing it?
Well, of course. I mean, there were little bits and pieces of the question, but for the most part, I had no idea what this guy was saying.
That's hilarious.
It was interesting.
Yeah, they're pretty thick.
I don't even know if that would be thick. That's
it's Cajun, right?
Yes, but I don't know what you just said, dude. Hey, that was bizarre.
Bizarre. That's a good way to put it.
Spot a tea.
That's right. Thanks, pleasure. I'll put my little pinky up when I drink. Oh,
good Lord. There's a guy. What's his name? He's such a good dude too. Can't believe I can't think of his name. He Double Decker Dave.
Double Decker Dave.
Well, yeah, no, the bus tours downtown. The Double Decker.
Right. Yeah.
He's from London.
Oh.
And he owned. I think he might have sold it, but the bus tours downtown with the Double Decker buses. It was Double Decker Dave.
Okay.
I think that's how he's in my phone, actually. Yeah. He's got a real British accent because he's from London.
I got you.
You sound nothing like Dave.
Well, how do you know?
Actually,
when's the last time you listened to Dave?
You met Dave.
I'm sure I have.
When we were doing our show down at the Irish pub that's no longer there before a UTSA game that one time. The guy that came in and had a pint.
I remember that. Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
You sound nothing like that guy.
Well, kind of.
And he doesn't have the thick accent that Will Gavin does.
No. It's very, very, very British.
Who?
Dave. Double Decker Dave.
Stop. I mean, some of what you're saying sounds so forced. You need some dude wipes. You're really pushing it out.
Actually,
I mean,
yeah, sometimes. Yes, that happens.
Well, I mean,
a lot of compliments on my bend. Dude, I could use some dude wipes.
You could?
Well, sure.
Like right now?
Not now.
Oh. Like, what's going on over there?
Well, it's taken care of, but I'm a wipe guy, as we know. I know it's bad for the pipes. I don't give a damn.
Well, them sauce people, they're going to send you a
don't
strongly
care.
worded email.
Yeah, whatever. I'm using them. Forgive me for wanting to be clean.
I think we all want to be clean.
Well, no skid marks. It's important.
It is a goal that could also be achieved with Sharman.
Not really.
It really can.
No,
it's not an issue that I have, and I'm a Sharman guy.
Well, I don't want to know about your issues, but I'm just saying.
You can trust me on that. That's not an issue.
I'll ask your wife.
You can. you can.
Uh-huh. Wipes are good.
Sure.
Moisturized.
The comments on YouTube, man.
What? Wait a minute. Mark Martinez, what is he saying here?
Don't need to figure some things out, man.
That's putting his pinky in the air. People, really? Said people who had STDs pre-colonial times would signal by putting their pinkies in the air. So why would you want to let everybody know that? That's how you let the ladies know. Hey, sorry, I'm
That makes no sense.
It makes well. You see the royal how they when they drink tea.
The royal what?
Well, whatever. Or rich people, they put their pinky in the air when they drink stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. High end, classy. Yes.
High end,
fancy people.
So if you don't put your pinky up, you're not classy.
Well, or you have an STD.
All right. Well, I'm gonna not put it up anymore. If that's the case.
I mean, it's like, yeah. So what you've learned in your time here at the Blitz is you can no longer drink with your pinky up, which is going to be hard for you.
It is.
And you can't wear that pineapple shirt anymore because it sends the wrong message.
I don't have a pineapple shirt, but if I did, I wouldn't give a damn.
Well, it depends on who is inquiring about the pineapple shirt.
Well, doesn't it have to be upside down? I did learn that.
Yeah.
If the pineapple's right side up, you're fine. If it's upside down,
you're going to get invited to
you're
something.
a swinger.
Well, and again, I mean, if she hits on you, you're. But if he does, yeah, I mean, you're a little bit more.
I don't get hit on anymore. I'm a happily married man.
Dude, I've seen you at Picks. That is not true.
I was a hit at Picks, wasn't I?
You were.
Yeah.
And the fact that woman was ready to take out her teeth and take you to town.
Well, that didn't sound so bad. Oh, wait a minute.
It's not the gummy you were hoping for.
Hold on a second.
Oh, crap.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll show you something during the break. You'll get a kick out of it. I think I sent that to Pledge, didn't I? Yeah. I'll send it to you too.
Okay, please. I think
it is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you are having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you've clogged up your toilet with all those wipes, you can call my friends over at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC because they'll unclog those pipes because of your wipes. 210-651-5899. 651-5899. At Quarter Moon, they are full service. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quarter Moon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899. 651-5899 or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
Jane, I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's a good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
Woo! This is so fun! I can't wait to go home.
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, when you switch, you can keep your phone and we'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device, credit service, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know, living here in San Antonio and South Texas, a water softener is almost a requirement. The water is hard. You know this. It affects your appliances and all of that kind of stuff. And the best water softener to buy is a Connecticut quality water softener. Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. They're made in America, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Got a simple design, fewer moving parts, and the best thing about it is there's nothing to plug in. There won't be an increase in your electric bill. Connecticut quality water softeners are the best in the business, and right now they have got the best deal for you. Connecticut is going to let you try a quality water softener in your home for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Call them today. 656-PURE. That's 656-7873 or ConnecticutSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. Connecticut, the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
94.1 FM. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Remember that guy that used to wear number 2 when he was here in San Antonio? Well, he has dropped out of the Olympics for Team USA, but he's been replaced by a very good guy who also played here in San Antonio, guard Derrick White. Well, the Spurs rookies, they managed to get a win in the California Classic Summer League. They head to Vegas now for that portion of the Summer League. That all begins on Friday.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
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 Here we go. Day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Good going all night.
Can you?
Hump
Of course.
day.
Well, maybe not. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Hope you're out there humping along on this Hump Day.
Mm-hmm.
Having a good time. That's what it's all about.
Always having a good time.
Give a big shout, a big Hump Day wherever you're at. Let people know you're happy.
Yeah.
That it's Hump Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Tell them.
You can do that.
Yes.
You're at HEB.
Hump Day.
Hump day.
They'll probably join you.
In what way?
Hump Day.
Oh, say it with
Hump
you.
day.
Okay.
I love that camel. Be walking down an aisle. Hump Day.
I have a
Hump
pineapple in your cart.
Maybe. Upside down.
How does that become a thing?
I have no clue.
All right.
It's kind of like the pinky thing that you got an STD.
I love that you're just taking the YouTube chat as fact.
I'm not. But that just seems kind of weird. I've never heard that. I was like today years old. I heard anything like that.
Well, nobody's ever heard that until the dude made it up.
And you think he made it up?
I mean, you could Wikipedia it and see if it's true.
I think.
Triangle 210. Send them for you.
In...
Glad you said air.
What you think I was going to say?
I wasn't sure. After today's show, some of the topics that we had earlier
no
today.
Kidding.
Weird things happening down in Georgia that apparently are very common, according to James Pledger, who's tried this. There's all kinds of stuff.
Here is the definition according to Google. Some say that holding your pinky in the air while drinking tea is considered rude and snobbish.
Well, snobbish, I could see. That fits you.
It can make others feel bad and is not kind or respectful gesture. It's not a kind or respectful. Others say it's a misguided belief that comes from the idea that cultured people ate tea treats with 3 fingers while commoners used all 5. Says nothing about STDs.
Well, you could Google, does a pinky in the air have anything to do with an STD? It's like a bat signal. Although I'm still trying to figure out why. Like, I've had it, you've had it. Can't catch it again, can we? Right? I mean, does it just kind of put yourself in a like that's not something you would advertise,
dude? You have to apologize to who was it? Mark Martinez.
Yeah.
Legend has it. According to the Googles.
Yeah.
This peculiar practice was a discreet signal among courtiers to indicate that they were suffering from a sexual transmitted disease, specifically syphilis.
Well, all right. So
back in the 17th century.
Yeah. So
it was rampant back then, according to this.
Well, I mean, so you're hitting on a chick at the pub and she doesn't want you. All she does is put her pinky in the air?
No, you put your pinky in the air just to make sure she knows. We go home tonight, honey. Things might be burning in the morning.
Again, as a guy, you're doing everything you can to get there. That would be a negative. I think that's her way of saying, dude, I don't want you.
Well, it could be.
Who would have thought a pinky in the air could be more damaging than the middle finger?
Oh, man.
Although legend has it, that could have been from an Austin Powers movie.
Well, it could have been.
$17 million.
$1 million. Interesting. So my apologies to Mark Martinez on our YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
You were absolutely right, Mark. Congratulations.
Well, we don't know
buddy.
that he's absolutely right. He read the legend.
Well, legend has it.
Legend has it.
Legend.
There's no.
It's a legend. Don't you like legends?
What are we talking about? Like the ghost tracks?
The ghost tracks
around Halloween. Legend has it.
The woman hollering creek. You never driven over that?
I don't think so.
You have.
Maybe. Was there a chupacabra involved?
No, the legend has it. The girl, I don't know if she killed herself and her kids.
Well, tell me about this legend.
She's hollering, looking for her kids now.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
All kinds of nice legends around San Antonio.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Good Lord. Man. Squirrel.
You and your pinky, Joe.
My goodness. I'm going to have to be careful of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, either way, if it doesn't mean STD, it means rude and snobbish.
Well, and again, all of them work.
Well, I guess. But yeah, sometimes you do that. I find, and I don't do it on purpose, but it's like you figure
you're rude and snobbish.
The old pinky in the air.
You're rude and snobbish.
Apparently.
I mean, you want to be all Mr. High End.
Wow.
You know,
I don't.
You learned that in TV boy school,
man.
Back in the day, you learned from Dan Cook.
Yeah.
Over at the timeout bar, you're trying to figure everything out. Well, Dan, Joe, when you take over the big chair, you got to drink like this. It's what anchormans do.
Well, Dan would just pull his bottle of Jack out of his desk and put that pinky up.
I don't know if it was the pinky. I think it was the middle finger to the boss.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Dan, that dude was.
You see Jack Rogers walking in the office. Dan, you can't do that.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What, are you going to fire me? Go ahead.
That dude was the best. I'm telling you. You thirsty over there?
I am.
Yeah.
Apparently it's raining.
Yeah, well, somebody said the south side was getting pounded. That's what they said.
With the pinky in the air?
Yes.
It's also raining.
I'm sure that is happening somewhere on the south side. It's also apparently raining.
It was probably happening on the east side, the west side, the north side.
Heavy downpours, gusty winds, lightning possible.
Where?
It's The National Weather Service of San Antonio tweeted that out 48 seconds ago.
Okay.
The 5 p.m. update. Spotty, isolated to wildly scattered showers and storms continue across portions of south central Texas, including across San Antonio and Bexar County. Yeah. There's a new line. I've not seen this one before. When thunder roars, go indoors.
Well, you haven't listened to Bill Taylor then.
Really?
He says that.
Does he?
He does.
Well, did he steal it from them?
Well, maybe they stole it from him.
Has that been around for a while?
I know. I remember he used to say that all the time. I'm assuming he still says it now.
I know it is. So you don't watch anymore?
Well,
I know turn around, don't drown.
Yes.
I don't know that I've ever heard when thunder roars, go indoors.
Bill
it
Taylor
sounds like a
that.
Garth Brooks song.
Yeah, it does.
That's a line that didn't make the song.
Bill Taylor says that. He actually does. I've heard him.
Do all the weather people say that?
When I'm looking at my watch thinking, okay, well, I had 3 minutes to start. And now.
Why would you go indoors if it's just thunder? It's
because
it's lightning that you're worried about.
If it's thundering, that's lightning. I mean, they go hand in hand.
So you're telling me it can't thunder without lightning?
If it thunders, the chances are there's lightning.
No, that's not what I asked. If it thunders, there will be lightning?
Yes.
Can there be lightning without thunder?
No. According to legend.
I'm trying to figure this out.
I'm telling you.
So this isn't a new line? There's not a creative guy running social media for the National Weather Service?
You would think so. Well, somebody tweeted something out to you.
National Weather Service.
Right.
When thunder roars, go indoors. I've not heard that before. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Well, there's a reason why they're saying it. Thunder is caused by lightning, according to the Googles. And a thunderstorm is defined as convection that has at least one lightning strike that produces thunder. You see, you learn stuff on this show.
Okay, Bill Taylor.
There you go. I'm just saying. So they go together. They're hand in hand. So when thunder roars, go indoors. You're welcome.
For what?
For that information.
What information? I mean, there's lots of things that go together.
Like?
I don't know. Macaroni and cheese.
You couldn't think of anything.
Well, what I was about to say, I'm not sure if I should.
No, you probably
because I mean, there are certain things that happen that can't happen without the other, right? You see what I mean? There's
like I mean, you got thousands of people just sitting there waiting for you to tell them what it is.
Yes, you know.
Letting all these people down, Minix.
That's fine.
Man.
We'll discuss it during the break and maybe talk about it coming out. We'll also talk about Chris Paul's not new number. And we are getting a request of somebody in the car right now named Kay would like to hear a hump day from Joe Reiniger. We'll do that as well coming up here on the Blitz. We'll make Joe do extra humps on a Wednesday. How about that?
Wow.
Just don't hurt yourself in the process. Although TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. It's called the HURT app. HURT provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen before you download it. So download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available in the App Store and Google Play. You can learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic online at tsaog.com.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices that are local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9313. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9313. That's 800-575-9313. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind. There at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Come to Generations Federal Credit Union for a great competitive rate on a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, pay off credit cards, renovate your home, and more. With flexible terms, fixed rates, and minimal closing costs. All with easy applications and fast local decisions. Apply today at Generations Federal Credit Union.
Rates and terms subject to approval and may change without notice. Full terms and conditions at mygenfcu.org/homeequity. Equal housing lender.
Looking for a way to elevate your engine's performance? Start with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. It provides faster oil flow for hot and cold temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions. Regular use can help your engine run cleaner and longer by defending against sludge and buildup, improving overall engine performance and fuel efficiency while increasing the time between oil changes. Make the switch without slowing down. Speed your ride Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Available now at Napa locations nationwide.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Granger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6. Your early morning wake-up call on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Twitter feed right now. Thank you, Pledge. There's a couple things going through my Twitter feed right now about what's going on in Houston with CenterPoint Energy. They're getting hammered. And again, the storm isn't the bad thing. The idea of not having air conditioning and power for a couple of days.
That's the problem.
And one of the news channels out of Houston tweeted out an update. CenterPoint Energy, blah, 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 blah. Estimated restoration dates due to the severity of the storm could be several days without power. The Houston Chronicle's got a opinion piece right now. Centerpoint knew Hurricane Beryl would impact Houston days before landfall, yet failed to adequately prepare and respond to massive power outages, the editorial board writes. And that's just awful. It must be awful down there.
Well, I know a bunch of people from CPS. I saw that the other night that were going to Houston to try and help them out over there. But, yeah, I mean, again, and I get storms are storms and they're bad and they can cause damage, but it's not like you don't know it's coming, right? I mean, there's got to be something you can do to prepare and be ready for that. And as soon as it's over, you get out there and you're getting this stuff done. I would contend that allowing people to be without air conditioning and refrigerators, I mean, is almost as dangerous, if not more dangerous than the storm itself.
Well, absolutely. And you go through, and I think back the winter storm that we had when the grid was down, everything that went on there. Not that I was in town for that, but the stuff that I read, the hell that like James Pledger was going through. I just seeing this all of a sudden, all these, I guess, the 5 o'clock news stories that people are doing, it must be far worse down there than what I thought originally. I mean, it was bad, but by now, get that stuff fixed.
Man, you would think so. And again, it's not like, I guess it did change course, and they didn't think maybe it was going to come right over them. But still, you got to be prepared for that stuff, man. In all phases, it's just something. I mean, you have plenty of time. It's not like it just pops up.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm. So there's some video rolling around Twitter of Dak Prescott when he was down in Mexico.
Drunk as hell.
But he was not wearing a boot, and he was dancing on the dance floor.
Drunk as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like a sailor. I love you, Dak.
Are you mad at him?
No.
All right.
I'm not, actually. I love the guy. I mean, as far as a guy goes, Dak Prescott is a good dude.
He looks like he's having a great time at a wedding. And you know what? Most people that go to a wedding, open bar, you're having a great time.
Of course you are.
I mean,
and he's in Cabo, for goodness sake.
Well, and he's not driving anywhere and blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, it's funny seeing how people react to, say, Dak Prescott, quarterback, at a wedding having a great time with a drink in his hand.
Yeah.
And my goodness, did Greg Olson not have the time of his life at Christian McCaffrey's wedding the other day?
He did.
I mean, it happens.
But yeah, I mean, the argument there is that he's retired. Dak's not.
Everybody in those photos had been drinking.
Dude, I'm glad they had a good time. I have no issue with that at all. And it's good to see him cutting loose. He's quite the dancer, old Dak.
I was going to say he's probably going to be more embarrassed about his dancing abilities in this video than anything else. But,
not a bad dancer.
No boot.
No boot.
No boot.
That causes you no concern at all. And I say that, and not trying to start anything, but it does. Because, look, that ankle was badly injured.
Oh, yeah. It was
surgery
gruesome
on that. And for it to act up any at all, I mean, well, I'm not saying it's a game changer, but a little bit of concern there.
In all honesty, knowing how bad the injury was, you knew and he knew and he talked about it. This will affect the rest of his life.
Sure.
And in knowing, like you do, so many retired athletes and stuff that they deal with long after they were playing because of injuries sustained during the game, I am sort of buying it's because if he wears it every now and then, sometimes you get up, sometimes you do stuff, it hurts, it swells. I mean, I am by no means a world-class athlete. I know that's
really. I thought, man,
headline breaking.
Just
news.
Looking at you, dude, I thought, man, that Minix is an athlete.
But I know that when I do certain things, like I can do a 5K with no problem, a 10K, and things swell. I mean, they do. I've had 2 knee surgeries on my right knee and one on my left. They will swell. My ankle. So hearing his explanation, all right, I'm good with it. And am I concerned about it? No. And during the season, if something were to happen, is this where you tape it up, get a shot, you're good? Are you good on Sundays? I need you for 3 hours on Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn if you're in a boot for the rest of the week. I need you for 3 solid hours on a Sunday.
That's all fair and legit. Yeah, and if it helps him, it helps him, because he said he'd gone through a couple of days of working out, and running around on it. Look, he doesn't run that much anymore. He only runs when he needs to, scrambles away, so that shouldn't be an issue. He's fine.
And he's played seasons on it. Last year he didn't miss a game. And
right.
and he has not missed any time because of the ankle since he
True.
came back from that injury. He's had other injuries, but not the ankle. This is very different when you think about concern and his contract. If you are trying to connect dots on, is there a risk in signing him to a contract? This is so different than, say, if you're negotiating against Tua's agent, dude, you're concussion away.
Yes.
Now, I know last year you didn't have a concussion.
Yes.
The year before, we saw you go crickets on the field more than once.
Yes.
So there would be more concern if we were talking about a head injury, or if every year he were missing time because of an ankle. Now, your good friend, Mr. Number 2, he has had so many chronic problems from something that must have happened here.
Whatever.
And now he's dropped out of team. See, there would be more concern with me with that guy.
Well, I'm concerned too, and that's where you stop signing him to billion-dollar contracts or whatever the hell he's getting.
Yep.
Jeez. I mean, I don't understand teams sometimes. How many games has number 2 played?
Well, I mean,
over the last, 5 years.
There is the ability to look that up factually. And Pledge might do it. My friend Lisa just sent me a deal. Said, what time are you coming over? And that's a picture of Kawhi. And the person says, what does that mean? It means I'm not showing up.
Yeah, that's accurate.
There's a lot of truth to that.
That is accurate for sure. I just don't. I actually played 68 games last year, which surprises the hell out of me. I'm going to have to look that up during the break, because
you just looked it up. 68 games last year.
It only had 2 years. Now I've got the full thing. So 2000, when he played 9 games with the Spurs his last year there, 60 with the Raptors when he went there. And then he hasn't played more than 60 until last year since then. So, I mean, it's.
And in reality, out of an 82 game schedule, 60 is the magic number of games played to get there. And so, in fairness, based on the numbers you just looked at, he has played a lot more basketball than he is perceived to have played.
But it surprises me. Yeah, it does. He went 3 straight years under 60, from 19 to 22. 57, 52, 52. And then last year he played 68 games. So, and then I don't know what the Clippers are going to do now.
Well,
because number 2's not going to play.
Well, he is going to play.
He's not.
He's not playing for the Olympics.
Well, that's
what
he's blaming it on, the Clippers. I think it was Uncle Ernest who told him he couldn't do it. What's the guy's name? Uncle Johnny?
Denny.
What? Dennis.
Uncle Denny.
Ernest?
Whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not on the Olympic team.
But I'm happy for Derrick White, because he will replace number 2 on that team. So that's good.
And it is interesting because, Kawhi drops out and we all call, go figure. I'm surprised he actually agreed to go anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, did you want it? All of that kind of stuff. Kevin Durant's dealing with a calf injury. We're like, man, get better.
So he's not playing tonight, by the way.
Not playing tonight, and some of the exhibitions they have leading up to we'll see. And although Durant's hurt, and you're like, all right, come back. All right, we won't miss Kevin Durant for this one.
No.
Kind of thing.
I wish they could put that flag kid in there. Jeez, I really do.
You're falling in love, huh?
Well, no, I mean,
you're falling in love.
Well, just from what I've seen, yeah. I mean, yeah. How could you not?
Sure.
I mean, the kid is something else.
Yeah, that magical year of 2025.
That's it. When he'll be an Atlanta Hawk.
Well, if he's
or
an
Chicago
Atlanta Hawk,
Bull.
If he's an Atlanta Hawk, that means he's a San Antonio Spur.
He'll be a Chicago Bull. That's my prediction.
Which would just be a kick in the nuts because they're protected.
They are.
They are.
It's going to be interesting to see what Atlanta does. I heard from the GM today. I guess they interviewed him and they asked him about Trae Young, and all he said was, and it was kind of cryptic. He said, well, we really value Trae.
Mm-hmm.
We value DeJounte Murray too, but sometimes you got to make tough decisions.
Real Sports Offseason with the New York Giants, episode 2 was last night. And it's fantastic.
Uh-huh.
My goodness, it's fantastic. And enjoy it because I can't imagine another team ever agreeing to do this. I mean, in last night's episode, and I'm ruining it for you if you haven't watched it yet, and you'll watch it anyway. But the ball busting and the coaches was great. They're just all of that. But like at the combine before the press conference, Joe Shane and the PR guy are going over all the potential questions. And it was edited so well, like the practice question in 2 hours before, and then what he's actually saying on the podium. And then he was like, I think I'm going to say this. And the PR guy, don't say that. And just here. And then, the conversation with Saquon Barkley at the end. Saquon, man to man, we're going to let you go. We know you want here, but, they're talking about, you want to be in the Ring of Honor here. You want to be a Giant for life. If another team gives you $1 million more, you're really going to leave legacy for $1 million. I mean, just all this kind of stuff. And, promise me you'll call me back, right? We'll let the market tell you, league let you tell what the market is. And you get an offer and come back and we'll see if we can match it. You'll promise me you'll do that, right, Saquon? Right? Right?
And he didn't.
It's well, apparently not.
Well, but for him, you got to look at a couple of things. And I know he liked the Giants. The money was better with Philly, and Philly's got a better chance of making the playoffs than the Giants do. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah, but you want to be a Giant for life. You've said that. I mean, Saquon's response, he didn't say you promise. He just said, where I want to be.
Well, sure.
Okay.
Philadelphia.
And again, that's where he is now. But I mean, just all of it was fascinating. So you tell me the GM said this today? Sure, that's what he's saying today. Publicly, behind closed doors, he's saying something completely different. And then watching them rehearse before a press conference, which clearly is something Mike Gundy didn't do before Big 12 Media Days. We'll dive into that coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online by going to their website, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. Lots of reasons for that. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you really understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 3rd, from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Road. and school supplies for all school-age children, only while supplies last, so don't be late. Saturday, August 3rd, from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Mazrock Drive, presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by Las Palapas, ProStar Home Care Services, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
George gets justice. No amount of money can make up for a life-changing injury. I'm George Salinas, and at George Salinas Injury Lawyers, our team of attorneys will fight to get you the maximum compensation because we prepare and we care. So if you've been injured in an accident, get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Get the last water softener you'll ever own and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
Visit KineticoSA.com.
Come to Generations Federal Credit Union for a great competitive rate on a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, pay off credit cards, renovate your home, and more. With flexible terms, fixed rates, and minimal closing costs. All with easy applications and fast local decisions. Apply today at Generations Federal Credit Union.
Rates and terms subject to approval and may change without notice. Full terms and conditions at mygenfcu.org/home equity. Equal housing lender.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Lowe's knows owning a project means owning the right tools. And during Craftsman Days, you can save big on what you need from a brand you trust. Get a free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, get your choice of the V20 string trimmer or leaf blower for only $99. Find these savings and more today. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 7/10 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minutes. Howdy. Wrapping up a hump day.
Hump day!
Hump day!
That was like in stereo.
Not bad, huh?
Double hump.
Hump day!
Woo-hoo! Like a double hump. It's always good. I hope your hump day is going well. It's been a good hump day.
It has been a good day.
Hump days are just, they're one of those days that are just good. You're over the hump now. If you're off at 5 o'clock, you've been off for a while. You're probably knee deep into a cold beer.
Knee deep, huh?
Knee deep. You're over the hump.
Pinky up.
Pinky up. Having a good time.
You got to be careful with that pinky. Somebody might think you have syphilis.
Man, apparently
that's what we learned earlier today on the Blitz.
If you miss the Blitz, you miss a lot of important information.
Dude, we aim to please.
We do. Educate.
Yes. All of that.
Every bit of it.
Mike Gundy's taken a lot of heat for comments that he made yesterday at the Big 12 Media Day. His best player, his best running back, Heisman candidate, got popped for a DUI. He's not 21 yet.
No.
And the report I read, he 08's the legal limit.
Right,
So
right.
over the legal limit, he gets arrested. And by all accounts, they're not going to punish him. And in fact, Mike Gundy said, his punishment's 50 carries a game in that first game.
50 carries. Yeah, nice.
And you listen to Mike Gundy, and I know he's getting hammered from all sides for a variety of reasons. I mean, in a week where 3 young athletes lost their life because of what apparently is a drunk driving accident, even though the 3 players were in a car that was hit by somebody and they're fine, but there was alcohol involved there.
Yes.
And he says something that I think is relatable to all of us. In all fairness, 3-4 beers, get in the car and drive. You're not drunk. You don't feel drunk. You're fine. But when you're a head football coach, when you're in a leadership role, it's hard to say that and act so flippant about it, especially when we know the consequences of doing that. And a lot of people say, well, yeah, we've all done that. But we're not all head football coaches.
We're not.
In a leadership role where you're sending a message to, 115 kids on your roster. And so the standard is different. And also this is a star player. Would your reaction be the same if it was the third string left guard?
Well, we would have probably never heard about it if it was that guy. That's the difference, right? This guy's a big star. He's going to be most likely an NFL player. And
well, that's it. Could be a Heisman candidate, but Mike Gundy, you're putting wins in over everything else. And then talking about how much money the kid makes now. And used to be a college kid, get in trouble, and man, financially, dealing with lawyers. He makes all the money now. He's fine. Just listening to him, just so tone deaf.
College football is changing, we all know. And we can say these guys aren't employees, but they're really employees. These guys get paid a lot of money, which is fine. But there needs to be a side to what they do that they have to be able to, for lack of a better term, face the music and own up to things. And when I looked at it, I thought, okay, I'm going to be real honest with myself first, and then make the best decision for what I think is good for Ollie, our university, and our team. And then I start thinking about being a parent. I have a 28, I have a 23, and a 19. And first I thought, okay, so I looked it up on my phone. What would be the legal limit? Like in Oklahoma is 0.08 and Ollie was 0.1. So I looked it up and it was based on body weight, not to get into the legal side of it, but I thought really 2 or 3 beers or 4. I'm not justifying what Ollie did. I'm telling you what decision I made. Well, I thought I've probably done that 1,000 times in my life. And I, it's just fine. So I got lucky. People get lucky. Ollie made a decision that he wished he could have done better. But when I talked to Ollie, I told him, I said, you're lucky you got out light because you make a lot of money to play football. So back in the day, being able to cover the cost of what he's going to go through would be difficult for a college player. It's not for him.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not speaking for him, but I'm just saying that's not an issue for him. So nobody got hurt. We see people doing this and people losing their lives across the country, not just football players, but everybody. So you got out lucky. And do you want to go later in conversation? I said, do you want to go to Big 12 media? Because I'm not going to make that decision for you. You're going to make that decision. And he said, Coach, I think I should go. And I said, no. Do you want to go? And he said, yes, I want to go. And I said, then we're going to take you. We're not going to shield you from any questions. You're going to face everybody there, and you need to give the answer that you think's best for you. And then I hope that you can learn for this and make you a better he's a great person that made a mistake. Help you for the rest of your life. Try not to make a difficult decision as we move forward. But I said, see, there's 2 things here, Ollie. You need to answer for this, and guess who else has to answer for it? Me. And I'm going to answer for it. And here's what I'm going to tell them. I'm bringing you out here because you're the person that was in that situation. They need to talk to you. I'm going to tell them that at 4:00 today, this is over with for me. We've talked about all this. People have said, is he playing in the first game? Yeah, he's playing in the first game because that's what he does. Okay. He needs to take care of his business. I'm not going to seclude him and not play him in the game. Understand the severity of the situation and know this. Is suspending him for 1 game really going to matter? I don't think so. Now, you want to suspend him for 6 games, maybe? maybe that'd do it. But then I don't think that that's fair to everybody else on our team, and I have to take them into consideration. We didn't really start giving him the ball to game 4 last year anyway, so game 1, if he's not there, what's the effect? I made a decision based on what I thought was best for everybody involved, and from this point moving forward, he needs to try to do better, like we all do. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that I would say to people is just be cautious about judging unless you've never put yourself in that situation.
Exactly right.
And I think that if you look at it that way and understand, hey, Ollie, you're lucky. You could have done something to affect you and somebody else and their families for the rest of their life. And I really believe Ollie feels that way. Ollie's a great person that made a mistake.
You know, interesting. And yet, I know a lot of people on our YouTube channel are saying he's tone deaf and all of these things. Like, I don't know what the appropriate punishment is, but if you get a DUI, I think Gundy's right in a way. You suspend him for a game. What does that do?
True, but what about every other player that's been suspended for a game or two for the same offense? He's a star player, and you want to win games, you're on the hot seat.
Well,
and
absolutely.
Is it fair to everybody else? It just comes across, again, in a leadership role. You know, many of us, and you know, you have a couple of beers and you go, and well, you're all fine, and until you're not, right?
Yeah.
But in a leadership role, you have to do things differently. When you're an athlete, things are done differently. If he would have said, "We're handling it in-house and moving on,"
yes.
All right. Is he suspended? He's no, but punishment is in-house.
Yes.
There's no punishment. It from everything that Mike Gundy said yesterday and everything that he said, the Ollie said yesterday, there's no punishment from the team at all. He'll face the legal stuff, and he's got money now. They'll make it go away. It's still water.
Yeah, it'll
right?
go away. Yes.
Yeah.
It will. And I think the one thing that he's really getting hammered for is the fact that he said he's probably done this 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And while that's probably true, it's probably true of a lot of us.
For most of us.
Right. And I don't know about 1,000, but a lot of us. You don't say that on a podium. And I think you're absolutely right. You say, look, this is going to be handled in-house. We'll take care of this and move on. But that was a hell of a long explanation where that hole was just getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think that's why people are really upset today. And in fact, Gundy came out with a tweet earlier today saying, look, I wasn't saying that anything specific, but so yeah, it wasn't handled well.
And
not at all.
Quite honestly, doesn't that make it worse?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when he tweeted out, my intended point today at Big 12 Media Days was that we are all guilty of making bad decisions. It was not a reference to something specific. Yet the entire conversation was about the specific incident involving his running back, Ollie Gordon, the All-American that's going to be a Heisman candidate.
Yeah.
You've made it worse. You know, it's like, but his talking points, because he did that interview that was on the ESPN set. I've seen a different interview where he's basically going with the same talking points in a one-on-one interview. It's like you decided ahead of time, this is the talking points. It did not go over as well as he thought it was going to go over.
It didn't. And again, I don't know how many other players that he's had to deal with and punish for the same offense. That would make a difference to me. I'd like to know that and how they handled that. And because if it was just a second string left guard, we would have never heard about it, number one. But number two, how do you deal with that guy versus your star player and a guy that obviously everybody's already talking about is going to be a great NFL player?
Well, and you look at it at the other side, and it won't affect his draft stock.
No, not at all.
You know, in that sense, he was very fortunate that there was no accident involved. Nobody was hurt.
Right.
And everybody he said all the right things. I apologize. I made a mistake. Should have called an Uber. Should have done all kinds of stuff. The idea that he said college football is changing. Do we look at college football players now more like an NFL player? Because they are paid so well that the let's protect kids aspect of college football, has that completely disappeared in today's world of college athletics? is the coach basically saying, yeah, how I would have handled this situation 5-10 years ago, completely different. But he makes a lot of money now. We got to win games. That's what we're here to do. They're all paid to go win games. And, my job is on the line. So I'm not going to do anything that affects all of us winning games. And if I bench that guy, yeah, we'll win the first game. So what does it matter? But he might not win a Heisman. And the attention that comes with a Heisman and the more money's coming into the program, is he now looking at the financial benefits that come with a player that could be on a Heisman race and the money that continues to come into the program?
Well, I mean, let's just look at it from an NFL level. Say, I don't know, Dak Prescott gets a DUI. Mike McCarthy's not suspending him.
No, but the NFL can suspend him under the player conduct policy.
But would they? And which it all goes back to, yes, college football now is professional football for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. And so there needs to be rules very similar to the NFL in my mind. This kid's making a lot of money, but that left guard we talked about is not. And so how do you make it fair for everybody?
Now, again, the NCAA has no teeth, so I don't want that broad of an umbrella. But is this a university? Should it be a university problem and not a head coach problem? Should head coaches be the ones that decide if a player gets themselves arrested, they decide the punishment, or should that be the athletic director or the president of the university? Take it out of the hands of the football coach.
Well, I think a big difference, and I won't take credit for this. It's I hope I'm pronouncing this right on our YouTube page. Graciela says difference is he's underage. I mean, that should make a lot of the difference right there. I mean, if he's 21 and this happens, do you have a little more leeway? The fact that he is underage and got caught, does that make it a stiffer thing? And yes, it does.
Yes, it does. It adds to the problem. All right, you did too. But again, try to be realistic. I know that before my kid went to undergrad, the year before, the summer before, when she graduated high school and started her freshman year, I taught her how to drink. I taught her how to mix drinks. I taught her this is what you do because I'm not stupid. College kids drink.
Sure.
I know that's shocking, but college kids drink.
They do, yes.
And so, the fact that he's a college kid drinking, yes, he's under 21 and there's consequences if you get caught, but college kids drink.
They do.
So because he's a football player and he's a very famous college kid that's under 21, yes, it makes it worse, but that is when you're thinking about punishment. Not only did you get a DUI, but you also aren't supposed to be drinking.
Well, and again, this kid's having to deal with it because of his status at Oklahoma State and in college football, quite frankly. Because again, anybody else that's not of that status on that football team, we never hear about it. We never hear about it. It's not in the news. It's not reported. It's not a big deal as far as that goes. But the fact that this kid is as good as he is and the future that he has, it's in the media and it's out there. And it's so the terms are different from player to player, and you can't really even compare the two.
No, not to sound completely knucklehead here. Did Mike Gundy make this worse by talking about it so much?
Absolutely.
Because I remember hearing a headline of Gordon getting a DUI, and I haven't thought about it since.
No.
Until Mike Gundy.
He definitely made it worse.
Was asked about it.
Yep.
And maybe they shouldn't have taken him to media days because Mike Gundy could have easily said, yep. Now, granted, he's their best player. He's their star player. And generally star players go to media day. But the talking point could have been as simple as punishments being handled in-house and move on.
And that's all we're going to say about it.
But everything that Mike Gundy continued to say makes it look worse for Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State, and Ollie Gordon. I mean,
it made it worse.
This is a bigger story today than it was the day that it was announced that he had been arrested, which was not that long ago. Off-season stuff happens then, and maybe in Stillwater it's still a big story, but not really. Pledges pulled up an article about alcohol in the vehicle. Gordon told the trooper when he pulled over 2 open containers of hard liquor The trooper reported also finding a half-full bottle of lemonade vodka and a half-full bottle of tequila. Yeah, so he's coming from a party.
Well, I don't know. And there again is another, and I don't know how it is in Oklahoma.
Four or five beers versus.
Yeah, but he blew 1.1. So, I mean.
Or 0.11.
Whatever it was. Yeah. And that, I don't know how.
0.08's legal.
Right.
And again, half a bottle of liquor. You have no idea. Did he drink all that? No.
No, there's no way, or he'd have blown. Well, it's a tough thing, but I think the bottom line is his head coach did him a disservice today, a complete disservice. You hide this. Hide is the wrong word, but you move on. Hey, we're going to handle this. He's here. You want to talk to him? He's agreed to talk to you, but we're not going to talk about this in public. We're going to handle it in house.
Yeah,
that's how it should have been handled.
Should have been. Yeah.
But I'm a man. That scare you?
And apparently that's Gundy farting from years back.
Yeah.
Pledge has a fascination with isolating farts. Just so you know.
Look, farts are funny. I'm sorry. They are. They're just funny. Is there anybody that doesn't hear a fart and doesn't laugh? I mean, honestly.
For me.
I'm
a
serious.
Man. I'm 40.
Yeah. It's just, it's funny. Farts are funny.
Farts are funny.
They are. Do you ever not laugh when you hear a fart? Yeah, see what I mean?
Extra innings with Pledge is coming up next. Make sure and listen to the Morning Huddle tomorrow morning with Rob and AJ from 6 to 10. The Blitz tomorrow at 2 o'clock here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz.